Welcome back, everyone. You are listening to the Pillaging Podcast, the #1 podcast in Raider Nation. I'm one of your hosts, Kenny Stapler. Nice to meet you.
And I'm your boy, Jay.
And I'm Bobby Wasabi.
Ooh. Shout out to Kane, who's sleeping off a long birthday week. He may join us. He may pop in. If I see him, we'll let him in. But he needs that beauty sleep. He's celebrating the big 5-0. So again, another birthday shout out to our boy Raider Kane. Shout out to you, brother. Everybody that's tuned in right now live, or if you're listening to the replay, be sure you like and subscribe to the show on YouTube and or leave a review for us on your podcast service of choice. If you'd like to donate to the show, head over to paypal.me/PJ4F, paypal.me/PJ4F, or via the little cash icon in the YouTube chat. While you're at it, make sure you visit onnationfanwear.com for the greatest gear in the nation. All your silver and black needs, the whole crew sporting some One Nation fan gear tonight. As you know, nothing changes. Bobby rocking that limited edition, all white, proudly hated hat, going very nicely with this also limited edition Nation basketball jersey top. It's the white with the silver. Oh, so icy. Oh, so frosty. Oh, so fresh. Very nice.
That's just fly. I need me one of those. I'm gonna have to hit up Johnny. I'm gonna have to hit you up, Johnny. I need one of those.
And Che rocking the finest in bootleg tailgate apparel. And I say that with all love because y'all wish you had it. Y'all wish you had it. It's that parking lot gear. That's
it right there. That's that farewell to the Coliseum right there, dog. Okay.
That shirt is probably going for $500 on eBay right now.
Right here. It's got all the players on the back.
Yeah.
All the old school players got the stadium down there. Right there, man.
I got that one, but you have to kind of stand to the side because it's a little crooked.
Yeah.
But it's all right, you know, as long as you're like this, like what's up? Like
you always got to be 3/4 view, bro. Always 3/4 view. Can't let it go.
Let's crack it open some beers. Let me go first because it's gonna be fast. I'm just drinking a Pacifico. It's the old standby. That's what I got. So Che, go for it, bro.
Hey, man, that's fair. You know what, man? I'm gonna start off with this. I found this good old Knob Hill. I still have some of the special beers, put away, but I was like, you know what? Let me get this. Let me see what this is all about. Got this Mystic Haze IPA from Speakeasy Brewing Co. And this is it's illuminated. This is illuminated by citrusy Calypso hops. Yeah, man. So this is not an illusion. This is a big ass can. This is a 19.2 ounce can. That's another reason why I caught my eye.
Credit right there.
Oh, more bag for my buck.
Before you taste that, I want to just point out that Calypso hops, that's popped up in a few beers you've tried. And if I remember right, that's a very bright, very citrusy hop. Let me see if my memory serves me well, but there's another hazy IPA and a frosty mug. Look at that frosty mug. How big is that mug? It won't even fit on camera, dude. Dang.
Dude, that mug will fit all beers.
Only the finest of mugs will encompass my chelas, bro. Let me give this shit a taste.
That is frosty, bro. All of a sudden, my beer don't feel cold anymore after seeing that mug, dog. I was like,
gotta get you one, bro. You gotta put it in the freezer, dog.
Oh,
hey, that's nice, man. It's a nice, like mild haze. Hazies ain't really on the strong side. Hazies are mild. They're easy drinkers. There's some sweetness there, and there's definitely the citrus on with those hops. The hops ain't like super hoppy. There's that citrus flavor. And this thing's coming in at 7.1 for it. So it's it's not something to just like look over, but it's not strong enough to hit you in the mouth like the next beer that I'll be drinking a little later, later on. I gave you guys
those 7.1s aren't the strongest, but they got a puncher's chance. You know what I mean?
Yeah, they do. Everybody's got a puncher's chance. They'll keep swinging. They're gonna keep swinging.
In a 19-ounce can, that's a lot of agility in a big frame. It's dangerous. You know what I mean? Yeah. I like that.
That's a shot right there. So let me make me a hat with a carrier right here.
That hat's already up on DC4L Custom tees right now. Dan works fast. Shout out to DC4L CustomTees.com. We haven't
shout out Dan
in a while, but yeah.
My boy Dan. Hey, my boy Dan came through on we collabed. I had him create a little design. And I got some t-shirts printed out, and I will be sharing some of those with some of my father friends. It's as a belated Father's Day gift, so keep an eye out. It's coming soon.
Nice. I got a little gift for you too, Che. It's coming. Totally not related. We'll get into that. I'll give it to you when I got it. Bobby, you drinking anything right now?
Actually, I got something from the Kirkland Brewing Company. Nah, it's a Kirkland signature, bro. I didn't do no. I forgot to do the beer shopping. All right, like normally I'll have a couple stocked up, but this time I was like, damn, what the hell's there? What the hell's there? And I was like, Kirkland, come here, bro. I'm like, you've come through for everything else.
You got a beer to match your Kirkland jeans. That's dope.
Hey, bro, I'm trying to get Kirkland to sponsor me, bro.
Hey, Kirkland's quality. I want to be surprised if that's a damn good beer. I would not be sure.
Hey, you know what? I'm not. I haven't had that one specifically, but I have had the variety pack that they got, and they're not bad, man. Like if you ever had Kirkland vodka, it's decent too. They get their shit from like the high end people, anyways. It's just a different label. So
I've had their bourbon. I like it. It's great.
Yeah.
Good. Yeah.
Damn, dude. I didn't know Kirkland was getting everybody drunk like that, dude. I thought they were just barely brewing beers, man.
There's a Kirkland everything, bro.
Yeah.
Man,
if you had
everything, bro.
If you had a friend with a Costco card in college, you were living well, bro. You're getting them handles for like $25. You were living good. Yeah.
Well, hey, I was getting handles too for like $12. Hey, we were doing all right. I mean, it wasn't the best, but shout out to Bacardi.
I was saying there's those handles you can drop on the floor. They bounce back up in your hand because they're in a plastic bottle. Let's do some shout outs really quick. I want to give a special shout out to Sammy Quasar, our lead production, on-site production manager, event coordinator, if you will. Sammy Quasar brought Bobby and I out to Tracy, California. We met halfway. He drove down from Elk Grove, played a beautiful disc golf course out there on top of a ball golf course. It was a great afternoon. And I just want to say shout out to Sammy Quasar. Thanks for getting us out into the Central Valley. The sun was hot. The water was cold. And the people were great. We had a great time out there. We had a really great afternoon. And a big shout out to my lady who came over after when I got home. She made me right at the house, came out to shower. She's already making tostadas. We had a big tostada dinner. It was fucking awesome. We had the tostadas, the mashed potatoes, the ham, the chicken, the fresh salsa, cilantro, the limes, everything, dude. Fuck, it was so good.
Damn, you ate good then, man.
Oh, bro.
See, after a good workout, you gotta have a good meal.
Yeah, and then another good workout.
I was just about to say,
There you go. Make that into a shirt, Dan, right there, like that. I see what the length is.
But yeah, man, a really nice, relaxing time with my lady yesterday and today. Some R&R, very therapeutic, and refilled my soul. Shout out to you, Sophia. I love you with all my heart. You are the greatest woman to ever walk into my life, and I mean that 100%. Shout out. Let's do some more shout outs, man. We haven't gone personal in a minute. You got some personal shout outs?
Hey, you know what? I'm gonna shout out my lady too, man. And my little girl who's banging on the door. I don't know if y'all.
She's trying to get on the mic, bro. That's
my little girl trying to bust in this room right now. She's like, I'm gonna do this work right now. She told me that earlier. I was sitting down writing my notes, and she came in and she was like, "No, Daddy, you don't work." She made me get up, and then she sat down in the chair and she's like, "I'm gonna work, Daddy. I'm working. Get out of here. I'm working." But yeah, man, my little girl, my lady, they keep me going. We actually had a good time today. My baby girl's birthday is coming up next week on the 17th.
Already, man. I was just there.
I know, bro. The number 3, bro. The numero tres is coming up on Monday, the 17th. But we went out and we adopted a bunny, y'all. We adopted a bunny.
No shit.
So yeah. So shout out to the people out there in Morgan Hill that allowed us to come out there and check out the buddies. It allowed my daughter to go crazy for like 40 minutes, 45 minutes, trying to poke bunnies in the eyes and yank on their ears and all kinds of crazy stuff. But yeah, man. So we adopted a little bunny. It'll be coming home with us next weekend.
Yeah.
Yeah. So shout out, man. Shout out to my family, my girls. I'll say.
Next time I'm over there, I'm gonna tell your little girl what my mom told me. So I'm gonna tell her I'm gonna put a brick on your head so you stop growing. I'm gonna tape a brick to your head so you stop growing.
Hey, man.
Damn fast.
That's no joke, bro. Because listen, she's about to be 3, but a lot of people think she's older, man. She's tall. She talks a lot, and her language is very it's very 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 mature for her age. So and I'm not saying that she says any bad language, y'all. Okay, I know.
Okay, I was like, she's not running around screaming, "You goddamn right," is she? She's like, "You goddamn right."
I know I cut loose. Eventually, she probably will, man. I'm not gonna lie. She's probably gonna get that one. She's gonna get that one off one of these days. But no, she's very mature, man, for her age. She speaks very clearly. She speaks her mind. She got a little attitude. But yeah, man, I love my girls. I love my lady. Love my baby girls. So shout out to them. Yeah, for making my Sunday a fantastic day. What a way to cap it off with the fellas.
Hey. Same.
Cheers, brothers. Cheers.
Bobby, who's on your Rolodex shout outs tonight?
Salud. Same thing, man. I gotta give a shout out to my lady, to my spooky girl. She knows why I call her that. And to my Bobby boy over here who's passed out on the couch.
Nice.
He's a boy. He's awesome. And Che, you still gotta meet him. Kenny met him, so he had fun.
I know I do, man. I gotta meet Bobby boy, man.
Yeah, man. And not only that too, but a couple shout outs out there to the family out there in the universe that's everywhere. I'm talking about people's like Bionic Raider Damage. Give a shout out to Doc. Shout out to our main man Vinny, who's actually I believe in the chat right now. Give a shout out to
Vinny lives in the chat.
Oh, dude, that guy, man, I don't think he has a job. I think he just fronts, dude. I just think he just watches the chats over and over again, dog, and tries to type.
That's his job. See, he's working for YouTube, man. He's got to judge, make sure that these shows are right, man.
He's running a pillaging click farm in his apartment. He's got like 47 devices all streaming the show at the same time.
And that's why we appreciate you, Vinny. We appreciate you, dog.
That's right, Vinny.
Diego, all 27 viewers right now, bro. It's all Vinny, bro.
Shout out to Raider Rich. He says finally some real Raiders content. Hey, we know no other way. We're just keeping it real. What you're getting is pure unfiltered us. When we turn the cameras off, the show keeps going, man. There's no
other way for us to be, dog. This is us, unfiltered, and this is why we won't ever end up on 9:20 a.m.
Although more on that later.
After dark.
And shout out to 9:20 a.m. It feels good to have some Raider radio finally back on the air. I can actually turn on some sports talk and hear Raiders. So shout out to you. Around the dial. So let's get into it, guys. Raiders content. Let's talk about it. Tonight's show, we're talking about Jon Gruden and COVID-19. No fans at Allegiant Stadium in 2020. Of course, we're going to talk about Raider Nation Radio, which launched this week. Derek Carr is big mad. Watch out. Derek Carr's mad. He might break the cookie jar. Watch out.
He's gonna have to put some fucking money in the swear jar.
Yeah, dude. Yeah. Yes, exactly. So Derek Carr in the swear jar. PJ Hall is fat. Don't say on the IR. Arden Key speaks out. Only one kicker remains in Las Vegas. We got the one to watch alert tonight with Javin White. And we're talking some humanity stories later on. A little profile on Ricky's Sports Bar, as well as Jonathan Abram, the blogger, wrote a very, very nice blog piece this week. So Shay's going to cover that for us. So without further ado, let's kick this one off. Jon Gruden and COVID-19. So you guys have probably heard the story. There was a team meeting. It was scheduled via Zoom. Players logged in expecting to see their head coach. Instead, they saw special teams coach Bisaccia. You know, I love to say Bisaccia.
It's a great name.
And Bisaccia informed the team that Jon Gruden was in the hospital after being diagnosed positive with COVID-19 and in bad condition. The team was obviously very taken aback. Everyone was in shock. And then shortly afterwards, we're notified that that was not the case, but this was not a hoax. This was not a prank. This was not a joke. This was something to be taken extremely seriously. This was, it's different. This is a different kind of approach. Was this the right way to go about it? It was certainly the Gruden way to do it. It was definitely an attention getter and a small dose of the reality of what may lie ahead. Should this NFL season commence, there will be many trappings, many pitfalls, the likes of which have never been seen in professional sports. And I think Jon Gruden, the Pacifico is talking back. Jon Gruden was just trying to model this for his team. I like the approach. I think some people might have thought it was insensitive. I think that's true if you look at this as a hoax or as a prank, which it was not. Again, this is a new conditioning drill for the NFL in 2020. Like it or not, this is a part of that. This fits right into Jon Gruden's mentality of next man up. They're going to have to get ready for this. There might be a player that's not ready to go on game day. Could be several game days. Could be even more serious than that. Could be members of this coaching staff, some of which are very much up there in age and very high at risk. Got a lot of people traveling. You've got a lot of moving parts, and there's a lot of risk in the world today. So, and it got a little more real today when Lynn Bowden tweeted out that his grandma passed away due to COVID-19.
Oh, man.
So I don't care, what conspiracies or whatever you're buying into. I've known people. Everyone on the show has known people. Now there's folks on your team, right? It's real. Whether you choose to acknowledge it or not, or follow the rules or not, it is real. And Jon Gruden was trying to hammer that point home, which I think he did. The message is very clear. Stay on your toes, expect the unexpected, and be ready to go when your number is called, right? Yep. And that number is 19. All right, that was a bad joke. What'd you guys think about that? I mean, when you heard the news, did it leave a bad taste in your mouth, or were you like, this is probably something we should be doing? Well, what did you guys think about that? Bobby, go first, man. What was your initial reaction?
My initial reaction was, I'm glad people are taking this shit serious, dude. Honestly, because a lot of people just see it as like, oh, it's just, how you said, a lot of people will be with their tinfoil hats and just coming up with conspiracies, but it's one thing to, just go around and pretending, and it's another thing to actually see it happen in front of you. And even if it wasn't, Jon Gruden, Diego said it. Well, how funny was it that a couple of days later, Mad Max actually that they said that Max and Rod Smith tested positive. So to me, it's just the fire drills that need to happen, man. We always need to be on point. We always need to be ready, man, because we never know. And especially nowadays, we don't know what the situation is like anymore. Everything changes from day to day, and we have to be prepared. We have to be conscious about ourselves and the people around us as well. It's just like crossing the road. You don't just, run across the street. You look both ways. Same thing if you're driving. You don't just keep driving and forget about the people that are crossing the street. You have to be, cautious about that. So it's just about being aware and taking the situation serious, because even though, like you said, some people were offended by it, and I can understand why, but at the same time, this is something that's real, and we have to take it serious.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's true. Shay, man, your thoughts?
Oh, man, I agree with y'all, man. The first time I heard about it, you actually called me up. You told me about it. We were talking on the phone. Kenny called me up, and we were talking on the phone about it. And I was like, hey, you know what, man? I'm not even mad at that. I think that just goes to show you, like, how much ahead of the game the Raiders are as a franchise and as a team, in terms of being innovative, man. Like, look at, I saw there was an article out. I think they even went as far as putting an article out. I didn't read it because I was like, oh my God. It was just like talking about the tone deaf prank that Jon Gruden took about like COVID-19. And I was like, I'm not even going to click that story. I'm not even going to click that link because they obviously don't have their facts right. And they obviously are just trying to bash the Raiders or bash Gruden. So I didn't even click on it because I had already heard from you, firsthand. Kenny was like, yo, this is what he did. What do you think about it? I was like, I think it's great. I think it's great because that's reality, man. Like, there's no better way to like get people to really get in touch with the truth and reality than to hit them where it hurts. And you got to know that when they told the players that they were in shock, but they were also probably in pain because now they got to have concerns about their head coach, somebody who they're dependent on, being ill, right? And that is the reality of this illness. Now, there's probably a number of people, maybe even some of our followers, although I don't know, we've said some questionable shit. I'm pretty sure we would have gotten rid of some of y'all, but but maybe you're still tuning in and and maybe you disagree with us, and that's okay too. You disagree with us. But listen, man, like Kenny said, like, this is something to be taken serious and taken serious to this extent. Okay, I realize that everybody has their own beliefs, their own thoughts on this topic, and they have their own way of fucking living life during this pandemic. And you know what? You do you, as long as it doesn't affect me. Okay? You do you as long as it doesn't affect me. And I'm cool. But as soon as you start affecting me, then we got a fucking problem. You know what I'm saying? So, like, if you want to do you, and that means you don't care about it, you're not worried about it, you're not concerned about it, then go ahead, do you. Just stay the way the fuck over there. Because I am taking it serious, and I'm going to make sure that my family is taken care of. And I'm not going to do anything to put them at risk. At the end of the day, whether I'm right or whether I'm wrong, or whether you're right or whether I'm wrong, doesn't really fucking matter. Because all that matters is us coming out of this shit alive. And so if that means that I'm taking a high fucking, I'm at high risk, and I'm saying like, look, I don't want to fuck around with this shit, and I don't want to put myself at risk, then that's okay. And if you want to take this lightly and say like, this is all bullshit, and I'm gonna walk around without a mask, and I'm gonna fucking do whatever I want, that's okay. That's you. That's you. Just don't come around me and don't be disrespecting me when I don't want that shit in my life. So that's all I gotta say about that, man. Like, I think this really hits home, and it fucking tells our players, like, just recognize how hard that hits you right now. And if you aren't taking care of yourself and then you come out and say, I'm sick, it's going to hit the team just as hard. So just be aware that you're not just responsible for yourself. You're responsible for this team, for the way that this team is going to react, for the way that this team is going to now have to be conscious of the fact that you are ill, right? So take care of your shit, be on your P's and Q's, and come to play, because that's, at the end of the day, what you're all trying to accomplish is fucking coming to the field and playing and changing this team around, man, and being successful. So that's it, man. I'm with it. I'm with it, Gruden. Other people might not, but you know what? I'm gonna drink this beer to you, though.
And just a few hours later, Eagles coach Doug Peterson tested positive for COVID-19. So there's a team that's dealing with this in real time. Just to kind of, not to be insensitive, but to maybe add some levity to the situation. My biggest concern, my biggest takeaway out of all this is COVID. Jon Gruden goes down to COVID-19, and Bisaccia is the next man up. Bisaccia is the next man up. Come on now. That's concerning.
Well, I mean, who were they gonna have? Deuce go up there and be like, "Hey guys, so we're gonna do Spider 2 White Banana." That's the only thing that he could have done is possibly Deuce go out there and just try to. You know what? They should have actually gone fucking Frank Caliendo. Frank
There you
Caliendo,
go.
just because he looks just like Gruden, bro.
I like that. I like that. So there it is again. COVID-19 finding its way into professional sports. It's going to be very different, and even more so, more news. It has become official. No fans allowed at Allegiant Stadium in 2020. The organization released a quote, and I'll read that to you now. Quote, there is nothing more important to the Raider organization than the health and safety of our players, coaches, staff, stadium workers, and fans, the club said in a statement. After intensive consultation with healthcare officials and state and community leaders, we have made the difficult decision to play the Las Vegas Raiders 2020 inaugural season at Allegiant Stadium without fans in attendance. This decision is based on our commitment to protect the health of our fans and the entire community in response to the coronavirus pandemic affecting us all. This decision also ensures fairness to you, our PSL holders, given the challenges and potential inequities associated with determining who can and who cannot attend specific games if the stadium were to operate at a reduced capacity, something that we talked about on the show previously. While the current situation is not how any of us envisioned celebrating the opening of Allegiant Stadium, when circumstances permit, we look forward to sharing an unparalleled game day experience in the magnificent stadium you helped build. End quote. Allegiant Stadium's opening ceremony will be postponed until next year. In previous comments, Mark Davis has openly said that if fans can't attend, then he won't either. Do you think he'll stand by his word? Do you want him to? Me personally, I don't. Mark, I want you there, man. You made this happen. You deserve to be there. I understand where you're coming from. I think it's a good thing to say. I think it's the right thing to say. But I think your dad would want you there. I think the team wants you there. And let's be fair. Mark Davis is a fan. And if any of us can be there, Mark, I want you to be there. And keeping in context, we clown on Mark Davis a lot on the show. Everybody clowns on Mark Davis. He's got that look. We were very critical of him when all of this news was coming out about the move. Now that everything's washed out, it's been hung out to dry. We can see everything clearly. Mark, you've handled this situation like a true G, and I think you deserve to be there. You're the team leader. Be out there. Represent for the rest of us. That's my take, and that's controversial. I know you guys don't agree with it. Some of you guys don't agree with it, and I get that too. I get where you're coming from. I think that's justified. I'm not going to argue with you. I think it's fair to be on the other side of that as well. The sad part about this is, and this is the thing that's got everyone pissed off. Mark Davis is pissed off. And let me tell you from the inside, there's a lot of owners really angry in the NFL because in our bubble right here in this situation, the Raiders made this choice on their own. This was not mandated by the NFL. And that's what's fucked up. The leadership at the top of the chain is completely absent during this time of crisis or confusion or however you want to label it. They are ghosts. They are passing the buck. Roger Goodell does not want to make this choice. He doesn't know how to make this choice. Roger Goodell is the most bum-ass commissioner in professional sports. Go look at David Silver and take a lesson from him, man, because the NBA is out there doing their damn thing right now. As of right now, the NFL has not created a mandate regarding fans at games this season, which is completely contradictory to the stance they took back in March or April when all this stuff was coming out. They were ensuring equity across the league for everything from training camp to attendance. If one thing was going to be true for one team, it was going to be true for all teams. And now that we're getting into the money aspect of it, it is not shocking that Roger Goodell is afraid to open his goddamn mouth. And that pisses me off. I think it's pissed a lot of these owners off. And I am still standing by Bobby's prediction that we may not have an NFL season in 2020. In fact, I think it gets uglier than that. And if we really follow this thing all the way down to its conclusion, I am at least hoping and praying that something good comes out of this and Roger Goodell will be unseated and voted out as the commissioner of the NFL and get somebody that's competent in there and someone that's brave enough to take a stand when times are tough and their backs against the wall. Because Roger Goodell, you're a coward, you're a piece of shit, and nobody likes you. And I don't wait till draft day to boo you. I boo you every day when I wake up. I look in the mirror and Kenny Stapler says, "Fuck you, Roger Goodell." And I brush my teeth and I make it happen. That's how I start my day.
Hell yeah, man. Hell yeah. You know, and it's funny too that you said that about the lack of leadership about what's going on with the equity and everything that's going on, because it kind of goes back to what we were talking about with the previous story about Gruden. And he said the one thing that I really liked is that he says that we're going to crush this thing. We're going to take care of it. And how crazy is it that on an individual basis, you know, people, organizations are actually going about it themselves and saying, you know what, this can't happen that way. I have to say that I'm very proud of Mark Davis when he said that he wasn't going to go, that he wasn't going to show up because everybody else wasn't going to show up. And I'm down for that, dude. I'm down because he wants to basically be like, you know what, if you in the nosebleeds can't go, then me and my suite, I won't go. And I really like that because, you know, it's not to say that, hey, we're like on the same tax bracket or nothing like that, but he's trying to basically say like, look, I know what you want and it sucks that they took it from you. It's not because, you know, of whatever. It's just the situation that we're in right now. And I'm willing to stand with you. So I commend him for that. And whether he chooses to go or not, it's up to him. I'll still be cool with it either way. But the fact that he did that he said that he wasn't going to go, and if he were to keep his word to that, then I'm cool with it. And if he doesn't, and if he wants to go, I'm cool with it either way. The way I see it, we're ahead, man. We got the organization, the top is starting to, you know, solidify, starting to actually gel and talk to each other. They're starting to communicate and seeing what they want, what they need. And not only that, the players are happening, and we got our home. We got, you know, something to listen to on the radio, as Kenny alluded to. And not only that, you know, the clothes, like you said, man, is finally starting to dry. We're finally starting to able to see the bigger picture of the whole thing. And now we know that, hey, you know what? All those little struggles, all those sacrifices for those home games, international games that we had to give up, it was all for this. So you know what? I'm down with it if he wants to go, because he'll be there and be like, you know what? Fuck you, Roger Goodell. I got my shit. What do you got? You ain't got jack.
Yeah, and I'll let you talk here in a second, Shay. But just to piggyback on what Bobby's saying to make my point a little bit more clear, I stand with Mark, and I get where he's coming from. If he doesn't want to be there, I think that's very noble of him. But what I want to say to Mark, I guess to rephrase this is, don't let us hold you back from enjoying what you built. I want to see you up in that box with, you know, shoving those Cheetos in your mouth like you do, putting your hands up, you know what I mean? With your arms crossed like a boss, because
the one-man wave.
Everybody told you couldn't do it, from this fan base all the way to the owners. Everybody told you couldn't do this. Your stadium is built. It's being paid for. And down there in LA, they're struggling. They're struggling, man. They're way over cost. And Mark Davis, you handled this like a gangster. Go for it, Shay.
No, man, you guys fucking hit it at the ballpark, yo. I mean, look, we're the fucking trendsetters, dog. Okay, like it, love it, or hate it, the Raiders are always the trendsetters. It's been that way since this fucking league came together, since the fucking AFL and the NFL merged and they created this giant fucking conglomerate. Like, the Raiders have been the innovators. Al Davis was the forefront of that for so long. The style of play, the way that our players bent the rules or took advantage of the rules. Like, we're the trendsetters, dog. Okay, we're the first to do most of the shit. Okay, and everybody else fucking copies and tries to feel like they're important. But here's another case in which the Raiders are the trendsetters. Okay, we're leading the cause, and it won't get any news coverage. No one's gonna say like, "Hey, look at the Raiders. They're trying to do something different." They're not gonna say that, because people love to hate on us too. And like you said last week, Kenny, we love that shit. Yeah. Bring that shit on. Like, I want to be hated. I want to walk down the street. I want to get bad. I want to get dirty looks when they see my Raider hat. Okay, that I love that. That's comfort to me. Okay, like, because all I gotta do is just smirk or look at you the same way. Like, That feels good to me. That feels good to me, man. So, I mean, look, we're the trendsetters in COVID times. We're the trendsetters outside of COVID times. And so for Mark to be willing to not even attend his own games just tells you where his heart is. A lot of people think that this guy is all about himself. He's all about money. He's all about getting what he wants. And I think he's really more in touch with the fans than most people understand. I think it should tell you a little bit about maybe how things went in Oakland that you guys don't understand, that you guys aren't privy to, and you guys just want to decide, this guy's the bad guy. Let's hate on him. I think that Mark is in his short time as the main guy in charge of this team. Now we goof on him, we make fun of him, and how could you not with that fucking haircut and that set of fucking jeans, stonewashed jeans that he always rocks. But
don't forget the van.
and the van. and the van. Okay. But I think what he has shown is, regardless of his criticisms and regardless of whether or not people like him or don't, he wants this team to be successful. He wants it first and foremost for the fans. He thinks we're deserving of a winning team. He thinks we're deserving of nice things. Like, you know what I mean? Like, this fan base is one of the greatest fan bases of all time, and they deserve to have nice, shiny things. And so I'm going to Vegas to get that for them, so they can come out here and drink all they want, fucking party all night long, and have a good ass time, just as long as they make sure they wake up on time to come and fucking cheer for us. Mm-hmm. And you know what? I'm going to do my best to do that when I get out to the Vegas. So, hey, man, I applaud you, Mark Davis, man. And you know what? If you do attend those games, we ain't going to be mad at you, man. It's what you built, and you deserve to be there, man. You deserve to be there. You're part of this team, too.
So fans won't be at Allegiant Stadium this year, but where will fans be? They'll be tuned in to the Pillaging Podcast.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
And they'll be tuned in to Raider Nation Radio on 920 AM, KRLV out in Las Vegas, Fox Sports Radio out in Las Vegas. Very easy to find. You can find it on your TuneIn app. They do have an AM and an FM station. From what I can tell, it's the AM station that has the Raiders shows all day long. I accidentally tuned into FM and I heard Colin Cowherd in the morning, and I didn't get Raiders until JT the Brick and then the Silver and Black Today show. And then it went back to like, what would you call it? Syndicated programming. So I believe it's the AM dial on your AM dial, 920 AM. This started last Monday and went live August 3rd. The lineup is Pritch and Clay in the morning from 7 to 10 a.m. You got the Mike Greenberg show from 10 a.m. to noon, the JT the Brick show from noon to 2, Silver and Black Today from 2 to 4, and In the Huddle with Vincent Bonsignor from 4 to 6. And hopefully the Pillaging Podcast on at midnight when the MCC is not listening. That would be really great. But that's maybe in the future. Possibly, maybe. But I had a chance to listen.
They sleep.
They sleep, right? They're asleep. I tuned in. I tuned in on my first day listening. Actually, my second day listening. I tuned in. I was listening to the Silver and Black Today show. I was in my car, and it was Q. It's Q and Scott Gilbranson. Shout out to Q for getting on here. We all knew he was going to get on there. We all knew, and I'm glad it happened day one.
Putting in work. Man. He's been putting in that work, bro.
Dude, that guy's been hustling. I used to listen to him back when he used to be on the Wild 94.9, bro. He was like, dude, back in the day, bro. He used to. I remember. That's the only reason why I remember his name, bro. There's not that many your boy Q's, dog. I mean, how many motherfuckers do it? And that's why I tripped out. I was like, dude, you're the guy I used to listen to.
He was on KSOL, K-Soul. Man. So it's a really good lineup, but I was listening, and this kind of segues into our next story. Bust out the swear jar, Grandma, because Derek Carr is mad.
Dang.
Derek Carr is hopping mad, and gosh dang it, he's not going to take it anymore. Shucks.
Dang.
Dang, bro.
Shucks.
Oh,
shucks, darn it.
Jag nabbit. I don't want to say something that you don't want me to say, but I am. Shucks, I am mad. I am so hopping mad right now. I could just spit.
Swear jar.
Oh man.
You watch your tone, Derek.
Man.
You watch your tone, Derek. So this was the topic of the show. So let me set the story. And I guess some of you may have heard the call, and I don't want to like put myself on a pedestal. I just called in and shared my thoughts, and we'll all share our thoughts again. I'm just going to share the same thoughts if you would listen to the show. We've shared these thoughts already, but Derek Carr took to the podium on Tuesday to answer questions from reporters. During that time, Carr was asked if he had considered opting out of the 2020 season due to COVID-19. That must have touched a nerve, because this was his response. He said, I did not, quote, I did not. I have a lot to prove to myself. I have a lot to prove to my organization. Put a pin in that statement. I'm tired of being disrespected. Carr told, I'm tired of being disrespected. There was no question I was going to play this year. As soon as we go and win 12 games, Darren Waller is going to be top 10 on the NFL list, as he should have been this year. You can't tell me there's 95 players better than Darren Waller as he walks right by here. I just won't believe it. How's Rodney Hudson not on there? How's Trent Brown, the best right tackle in all of football, not on that list? Is this hype machine, as soon as we start winning, everyone's Madden ratings go up? Shocker. I'm not tired of all that. I'm tired of all that kind of stuff, and I'm not playing those games anymore. Honestly, I'm happy that we're doing it that way. If we win, awesome. We're going to keep grinding. I'm just going to stay true to what I do. So as a lit major, I did a lot of close readings where we break down subtext of what people write and what people say. So Derek Carr, all of the answers to your confusion are in your statement. You wouldn't be disrespected if you didn't have anything to prove. You said it yourself. You have a lot to prove. You said it yourself. You have a lot to prove. And you said it again. As soon as we win 12 games, yada, yada, yada. Yes, Rodney Hudson deserves to be on that list. Darren Waller, it's going to drag a year for him, but he will be recognized. The solution is easy. It's in the title of your organization. It's written all over the walls of that damn locker room. It's just win, baby. That's the answer to all of your questions. You said that there was no question that you were going to go out there and play football. We were questioning every week last season if you were going to go out and play football, because what I'm seeing does not look like football to me. I'm seeing a limp-wristed dude who looks shell-shocked and just wants to get that ball out of his hand. And I'm sorry to say, Derek, I was rooting for you in 2014. I was ecstatic when we drafted you. I knew you were going to get that starting spot sooner than other people realized. I pulled for you in 2015, jumping up and down in 2016, defended you in 2017, defended you through 8 games in 2018. And before I had to finally throw up my hands, not like Mark Davis, riding a roller coaster, we all threw up our hands. We were tired of it, man. The fact of the matter is, you wear silver and black. You're a Raider. I'm going to root for you on Sundays. But until you start proving us wrong and you stop having something to prove, we're going to be critical, because that's what we do. We're on Sports Talk Radio, KTPP right now, live on the air, and that's what we do. We pick shit apart, and we're very critical. We've run other players out of town, and I'm not saying us. I'm talking about the fan base. And we embrace those that show up and perform and act like Raiders. You're not doing a lot of that right now, Derek Carr. I'm sorry. Some of you guys in the chat, somebody already said before we even got on the subject, are y'all hating on Derek Carr? I'm not hating on Derek Carr. It's a call to action. That's what this is. It's a call to action. Okay? Show up and play some football. Let's win some football games. You got credited for 2016, and then everyone defending you doesn't want to blame you for 2017, 2018. But the minute you win again, all that credit's going to shift right back on your shoulders, like you're an MLB pitcher, okay? Pitchers get wins and losses in Major League Baseball. You know, quarterbacks, the same thing. Aaron Rodgers goes out there every season with the rotating cast around him, sometimes the bottom of the league defense, and is contending for the playoffs every single year. And every year, we're making up excuses for you. You've said it yourself. Oh, you know, we need to get more weapons. Fans are saying he needs more talent around him. And Derek Carr's illustrating to you that he's got talent around him, talent so much that they've been snubbed on this top 100 list. They should be there. Well, why aren't they there? Because you're not winning football games. You're not going to get that many players on a top 100 list when you only win 6 games. You're not a winning team. That doesn't make sense. Great players win football games together. Great leaders lift players up. If you were a leader in that locker room, Jason Witten wouldn't be on the squad right now. Hot take.
Oh, that's like putting some lime and some salt in the fucking cut right now. Ow!
You bust out with that flamethrower, dog.
I'm getting into trouble, so I'm not going to say anymore, but I called it in Silver and Black today. I kind of said these things. They were quick to kind of get me off. I think I used my allotted time. I think it was no disrespect. You guys did give me a shout out. You gave the show a shout out. I didn't plug the show. You guys did, and I appreciate that very much. It was classy. And you guys referred to my call, back to my call, and I thought that was good. Thank you very much for letting me come in there and speak my mind. I also said during that call, I understand fans that defend him. I think both sides are justified. Derek Carr has shown enough willingness and ability, and the stat sheet is there, and he's an efficient quarterback, and he deserves that. He deserves all that too. I don't think he's trash, but I think he can do better. And as Raider fans, we've seen some of the greatest at that position, and we've seen some of the worst. And right now, Derek Carr, you need to decide which side of history are you going to be on, because it's very pivotal, very key moments for you this year. Anyways, you've already heard me talk about this twice. We've talked about this time and time again on this show. But Bobby and Che, where we're at right now with Derek Carr's comments, how do you feel about all of this?
Listen, man. If you've been tuning in to us during the off season, and the off season has been for a while now. We're about to start a new season.
Yeah.
You've heard our takes on Derek Carr. So I don't even have to touch on that. All I got to say is this. Derek Carr, you're mad? Good, motherfucker. That's what we wanted. We wanted you to get mad. That's what I said weeks ago, months ago. I said, you know what? I'm not against you, Derek Carr, but if I got to piss you off for you to fucking change some shit about yourself and fucking play better, then so be it, dog. I'm going to fucking piss you off. And I'm not going to be any hurt about it. I want you to prove us wrong. Prove us wrong. And then everything will be forgotten and everything will be forgiven. And maybe you won't forgive it and maybe you won't forget it. Maybe you'll block us. But we want you to win, dog. We want you to win games. We want to be a contender. We don't like to be fucking teased with a 2016 season and then have to go through a bunch of fucking bullshit over the next 3 seasons. That's not what we signed up for, dog. Like, if you're going to be that guy, be that guy, okay? And if you're not that guy, if you're not performing like that guy, then expect to be called out. What the fuck? You wouldn't survive in my family, Derek Carr. If you got your feelings hurt that fast, you would be talked shit of very quickly. And then you would be that person in the corner talking about, well, they don't like me. It's not even about that. It's not about if we hate you or we like you. It's about, God damn it, we want you to do something. Do it.
Mm-hmm.
Stop talking about it. Stop acting like you're the greatest shit that ever happened in the Raiders franchise. Stop acting like you've done enough for us to never criticize you ever again. It hasn't happened, dog. It hasn't happened. You haven't put up enough for us to never fucking touch Derek Carr, okay? You haven't done that. We're going to be critical of you, and maybe we're just some bums on the couch. That doesn't mean I can't fucking speak my mind, and I'm going to do that shit every single time that I come on here, and I don't like what you're doing, and I don't like what you're saying. And right now, we don't like what you're saying. You're talking too much. Do more, say less.
Yeah.
That's it.
And I'm tired of the rhetoric about, well, he's the best that we've had since 2000. And you know what? If there's water in the desert, I'm drinking it. I don't care if there's a pile of fucking donkey shit in the pool. I'm drinking that water. So that's nothing. That's a straw man argument. And I'm not comparing Derek Carr to infested donkey shit water. He's better than that. He deserves more credit than that.
I believe it was Eddie Murphy that said you think you have like a rich cracker, but in reality it's just a regular old saltine. And you know what, dude? Like, if you're getting mad at it, bro, there's no one else to blame but yourself. That's all I gotta say. The coaching, yeah, everything needs to solidify. The supporting cast, yeah, everything needs to solidify. But in the end, the one thing that I hate that people don't do is they don't say those 3 words. I fucked up. I never hear that all the time. I rarely hear that, and when I do hear it, especially from him, it doesn't sound very sincere. It's like, come on, bro, like you messing up, man. Like why do you feel the need to like Ches said, talk so much, man? Just go out there and do it, bro. They're like, that's nice that you're gonna say you're gonna do all this and you're gonna treat me better and take me out to dinner and this and that, but you ain't doing shit, bro. Make it happen. Fucking get out there and score some touchdowns, bro.
That's it. Because 18 don't cut it. Let me just say that. Okay, 18 touchdowns. That shit ain't even impressive, dog. Okay, but secondly, you talk about having fucking mama mentality. Okay, Kobe Bryant never had anything to say about his critics, dog. I never heard Kobe Bryant say one fucking word about the hate that people love to give that guy. As a matter of fact, Nike noticed that shit so much they made a fucking commercial to immortalize that shit, okay? Where everyone just talking shit to him throughout the whole fucking game, and Kobe's just like, let me hear you, okay? That's what the fuck you should be doing, okay? If you really have that Mamba mentality, you should be that, okay? Huh?
What's that? Huh?
What'd you say? What'd you say now, Chuck? You should be saying that shit, and you should be loving it. You should be like, all right, cool. That's how you feel about me? All right, I got something for your ass. That's what you should be saying to yourself. You should be going out talking about how you hate I'm kind of mad right now. Kind of mad because, people have been real quick on me, and I got something to prove, blah, blah, blah. You goddamn right you have something to prove. Shut your mouth. Just do it. Just do it. And then guess what? Then we'll shut our mouths. Wasn't
it 4 months ago that Derek Carr said he doesn't pay attention to any of that stuff?
This is bullshit. That's bullshit. You know everybody pays attention to it. If you're an athlete, okay, we have, Kevin Durant's of the world. They got all these burners and shit, and then they have to come out and just be themselves. Okay. There was somebody on Twitter. That was saying that they had found Derek Carr's burner.
It was some Kansas City fan, I think, or some shit like that.
And then got blocked.
Yeah, that was making rounds. I was making some rounds. But hey, listen, bro, just prove us wrong. Please. Like, please. I'm begging you to prove me wrong. Baby, please. Please. Fucking prove us wrong, Derek Carr. Hey, I want to shut the fuck up.
James Brown over here, dog.
I want to cherry pick a comment from the chat. Straight Right Sports says, if 2016 didn't happen, he wouldn't be here. Facts, period. You're right. And so if you hate on us all you want, you can call us Derek Carr haters. But if you really listen to what we're saying in Shay's last comment, we're just begging this guy to step up and strap it on and do what we know he can do. We are not ignorant. We are not blind. We've seen it. We've even seen glimpses in the past season of it. But if you don't want to take our word for it, talk to the big man himself, Lincoln Kennedy, who went on record this week and said all the same things we're saying. He said,
that's our boy.
Yep. That's our boy,
man.
Yeah, and it's your boy too. Lincoln's a real one. He might steal your girl, but he's a real one.
That's facts, bro. We done seen Lincoln walk away with many women, bro. I'm just saying.
He was never lonely in those tailgates.
Never lonely. He was the life of the party.
Women at one time, bro. One time, bro. He's still pulling blocks, bro. He's still pulling blocks out there.
To this day.
Till this day. So Lincoln Kennedy appeared on CBS Sports Radio this week and commented on Carr's display of frustration. He said, I would say to him, if he was here in my face and he said that, I would tell him right now, if you're tired of being disrespected, play better. It's that simple. End quote. And that sound you hear in the distance is Derek Carr blocking Lincoln Kennedy on Twitter. That's a quote from the article on NBC Sports, which is pretty funny. And then he goes on to say, the thing is, there's no more excuses for Derek. Now it's either put up or shut up. He's got all the weapons in front of him. He's got an offensive line. He's got a run game. He's got a receiving core. Now it's time to put up or shut up. He's had it in his mind that the talent wasn't there for him when it actually, in actuality, it was. And that's another quote for Lincoln Kennedy. So Lincoln sees the same things we're seeing, man. And he watches every game every Sunday. He's up there in that booth and he's talking about it, and he's got to watch it back, and he's got to watch the tape, and he's pulling tapes and showing you the good stuff from the games, but he's watching all that tape. And trust me, he's seen this stuff up close and personal. And I wish he was a right tackle for the Raiders right now, because he'd go back to that huddle, grab Derek Carr by the ear holes and tell him, wake the fuck up. I got a question for you, Derek Carr. You're talking about the Super Bowl. You're going to get to the Super Bowl. We're going to win a Super Bowl. Everyone's going to shut up. How many 5-yard passes is it going to take to get to the promised land? I'll take your answer in 2020. Bust out the swear jar, Grandma.
Dang.
Gang, gang. Gang.
Dang, dang.
Gang, gang.
That guy.
This is normally the time where we would take a break in the show, but we're live and we're quarantined and we're going to keep it pushing. Is that cool with you guys?
Yeah, man, I don't have to take a leak yet, so it's all good.
All right.
I'm cool in the game, so.
All right.
Hey, don't mind me, though. I let the chat know. It's Aguachiles con chat right now.
Let's see that.
Yeah, look at that.
Ooh. Aguachiles con
We got a little, let me see if I can bend this camera down for a better angle here. Oh, yeah. Try not to drip on the computer, though. Hey, man.
See that? I think
knows what he's doing over here.
That's right, man. So you're gonna have to, like, you got to show up like to the tailgates now, dude, with all that aguachile, bro.
Hey, well, Vinny already said, hey, you got to share. So I said, first home tailgate that we attend, that the Pillaging Podcast attends, okay, and sets up shop. You goddamn right, there's gonna be some aguachiles, Vinny. I'm gonna bring those aguachiles. You just better get there early enough to eat them. That's all I'm saying.
My only request is that we fly those puppies in, because I ain't buying no camarones in Las Vegas, bro. There's no shrimp in the desert. I'm just saying, bro.
Hey, we got a variety of ice chests, dog. Okay,
That's right.
We can take a drive, dog. You made the drive to Vegas. I've made the drive to Vegas. It's not that long. Pack a lot of ice, fill the ice chest with ice, throw those shrimps in there, and you take them with you. Okay, bring them from Cali to Nevada, and then when we get there, we'll probably have a nice little spot to stay at. We'll keep them on ice, and then day before the game, morning before the game, your boy will go to town, make the aguachiles. You goddamn right, we're gonna be having cheladas and aguachiles at like 6 a.m.
Yeah.
Damn, the breakfast of champions right there, bro.
That's the fuel for energy right there.
That's it.
Tell Derek Carr to stop by too. It might be the missing ingredient.
Straight out.
One other
that's
comment.
What he needs, man. He needs some jalapenos in his life.
Another comment I want to cherry pick from the chat, and I can't find it right now. So I don't know who to give credit to, but I think they put it best. They said, and this is kind of where we stand, and I'll speak for the crew. Most people aren't trying to run him out of town. They just want him to put up. And I agree with that. I'm not trying to run Derek Carr out. There's no backup plan right now. Mariota, I've been saying he might get a start in my private circles. He might get a start this season, but I would really hate to see that. I'd really like to see Derek Carr pull this thing around. I think he's a guy that Raider Nation really wants to rally behind, and half of Raider Nation already still is. Shout out to you guys, man. You're hanging in there strong. But again, just to kind of bottom line it, we don't want to run him out of town. We just want to see him do the damn thing. We got you, bro, but you got to show up. We show up. We stay to the end of the game.
Goddamn right.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Goddamn right.
Even though it hurts, we show up.
Yeah. So in lieu of a break, I'll just make a couple quick announcements. First off, we are off the air again next week. I know it's off season. It's like that for us. I'm taking a little camping trip with the fam, so we're going to take a short break next week. We'll be right back. Also, there is no GROAT vote this week. I was putting those up, and I said, you know what? We're running out of time. So let's take a break. What I'm going to do is I'm going to put that up this week, but instead of just doing one bracket, I'm going to put up all 4 brackets, second round. I'm going to put them all up there. When we come back from the break, we're going to go through all the results and we're going to launch right into those. I guess it'll be the quarterfinals. So, the season's right around the corner, hopefully, fingers crossed. So we're just going to fast forward. We're going to make up for lost time. And that's on me. So we're just going to jump ahead. You guys can just vote all the way through. It's going to be tough. It's going to take some time for you guys, but we're going to get those up. I'll tweet out the links. I'll put them out everywhere so you can find it. It's going to be on pj4f.com. It'll have its own separate tab, its own page on there. So you're just going to have to go on there, find it, and I'll post a direct link on Twitter as well. And you guys can just vote all the way through. So off the air next week, Growth votes will be in full effect early this week. We're going to carry that through. You're going to make all the votes. We'll come back on the air. We'll spend a good amount of time on that. Another reason why I didn't want on the show is we do have a lot to talk about tonight. So, and it's, we're finally getting some real news. So all of that. And of course, onenationfanwear.com, put in PJ4F at shipping, PJ, the number 4F, all caps, at checkout, get free shipping right now. Hell of a deal. So stay tuned because he's got a lot of fresh gear coming out. And I know Johnny's been working on all these fresh designs. He's going to be launching at the start of the season. So if you haven't checked in with onenationfanwear.com in a little bit, now's the time to start hitting that refresh button, pounding that F5 key, and go on there, find yourself some new hot gear because it's straight fire. That all white hat that Bobby's got, I think we got a pillaging version of that coming out too soon. So I got 2 pillaging hats, one that I rock to keep crispy, and the other one I rock when I'm sweating. That bill is
same here, dude.
Yeah. If you see my bill, it's all fucked up, dude.
That's a minus too, dog. Yeah. It looks savage, bro. It looks like it's been through some fucking dark times.
Yeah, mine looks like it was dipped halfway in chocolate, bro. Looked like a ice cream cone from the boardwalk. Boardwalk.
Yo. Hey, no, that's why I don't even have. That's why I'm giving my nation hat a break, bro, because it's starting to get the sweat marks, bro. I need to get a new one.
I need to get a new one. Salt flakes on the side.
Hey, but listen, I'm gonna say this because I feel at liberty to say this because Johnny posted it on Twitter. He did make mention and he said, keep an eye out on the Pillaging Podcast for all those new designs. So if you want to get a fresh look at some of those new designs that your boy John's coming up with, and they're fly, tune in here.
Yeah.
We'll have them for you. We'll have them for you, man.
Yep.
Los Lucha Raiders. That's how you do it, bro.
So
that's our dog.
It's been Kenny heavy the first half of the show, introducing a lot of these articles, and that's just the flow of the stories. We felt it kind of chained together. I'm going to back off here. I'm going to give some comments and some reactions, but this is a co-op. This is a team. It takes a lot of people to sail this boat. So next up on the docket, we got Bobby Wasabi bringing you a story.
That's funny. That's funny. You said co-op, bro, and then you mentioned me, dog, because I'm kind of a hippie, dude.
Yeah, you are.
But the one news I do got is the news about PJ Lonjas. Shout out, Diego. Dude, that was a good name, bro. That was awesome, bro. I got to give you all the shout out. PJ Lonjas failed his physical. So trip out on this, everybody. On Monday, PJ Hall was actually shipped off to Minnesota in a trade deal that would have given the Raiders a conditional 2021 seventh round draft pick. The condition was Hall had to spend 6 or more games on the Viking active squad in order to make it. But in order to make the squad is you got to pass a physical, something that Hall did not do. So obviously, that panzón, bro. So they're like, nah, sorry, man, that's not going to happen, dude. You and your fatness trying to blame the COVID-19 or whatever, dude, that's just not going to happen because it's something that he has done before. He's failed. He's shown up to camp fat before. And he's not the guy that we really that we're expecting him. I mean, he only played 30 games, and in those 30 games, he had 18 starts with 1.5 sacks. That's terrible commitment right there, man. I mean, yeah, dude. Like he was probably like the guy that was stealing like all the lunches like from the fridge, dude. And, he probably became that dude, man. Honestly, man. That's my theory. Probably why he gained so much weight. Not only that too, but Diego says that he saw him over there, driving over to Aiden out and hitting them 4x4s animal style, dude. He was, kind of savage, bro. But not only that, but it's also for me, I was pretty bummed out, man, because I mean, he came out of Sam Houston State. It's a school that's not a very well-known school. And I was like, you know what? I'm down for the little guy, even though obviously he wasn't a little guy. I was down for the dudes that come from small schools, man. And the Raiders have done pretty good in the past before finding those diamonds in the rough.
Yeah.
I mean, you got to think of Gene Upshaw came out of Texas A&M, Art Shell came out of Maryland Eastern Shore, Willie Brown, Grambling State, Marv Hubbard, Colgate University. Sounds like a dentist school. And Howie Long came out of Villanova, dude. So all these schools were
9 out of 10 dentists recommend Colgate.
Hey, dude, you know what I'm saying?
I don't know what's up with that 10th dentist, but
that 10th dentist got knocked out by Marv Hubbard, bro. That's what happened, bro. He stood in his way and he's like, move. But yeah, dude, I was pretty bummed out, man. I was expecting more out of this kid, and honestly, like I didn't see it, man. And especially because he was right there next to Mo Hurst as well, who's my boy, who I've been supporting a lot as well. I was like, you know what, they're both gonna come up and they're gonna make it happen, but nah, dude, it just this 2018 draft, dude, second round, dude, he just did not come through, man. And I was like, it's another failed experiment by Reggie McKenzie, man. And it sucked, dude, because it's something that we had to deal with. And is Parker still on the squad, man? I don't even know anymore, dude. That was another cat that was a small school signing as well, dude. And what happened with what happened with that, dude? I mean, yeah, exactly, man. So you know what? You ain't cutting no more, dude. I mean, it's a whole new program. It's a whole new regime that's out there. Rod Marinelli ain't gonna stand for that crap.
World.
That's right, dude. You know what I'm saying? And
got Luther Vandross, bro.
Your carpet just ain't gonna fly up in here, dog. So deuces, bro. PJ Lonjas later. Thank you, but no thank you.
No excuses, man, because I was just in Vegas and the buffets are closed, bro. So I don't even know.
I'm telling you, bro. He was raiding the fridge, bro. That's my theory.
He gained that COVID-19, bro, like me. I got some Lonjas too, bro, right here.
Hey, you ain't no Kenny Lonjas, bro, so you're all right there.
I'm all right. I got to keep the camera up here because there's no titties allowed on YouTube. So.
You gotta keep it safe for the kids, man. Don't want to traumatize nobody.
And what's happening with Dos Equis, Bobby? Because he's in a bit of a snag too.
Oh, dude. Well, it's crazy that you mentioned about Dos Equis, man, because I mean, it was bound to happen. We had already heard about this before about Devontae Parker being on that COVID list, but I mean, the Mad Condors, Dos Equis, Maxx Crosby, and Rod Smith were actually put on that IR COVID list, man, as of August the 6th. And so right now they're just, they're staying quarantined and whatnot. But just because they've gotten a positive test or whatever, doesn't mean their season is over, dude. Like I said, Devontae Booker was placed on the IR list on the 30th of July, and he came back on August the 4th. So it's like about like a 10-day waiting period that they have to kind of wait, like after the first symptoms. 72 hours have passed since their last symptoms. They have to be approved by a team physician, and they have to basically adhere to all the requirements, for their local areas, man. So it's just all about just making sure that everything is fine. They go through all their things and whatnot, and they'll be back before we know it. But it's just all about being mindful about what's going on. I mean, before we had heard, Devontae Booker, like, okay, cool, just some guy, whatever. But now we're talking about Maxx Crosby, a very important part of that defense, man. And it kind of does make you think about what is it that we're going to be thinking about if this does happen during the season. Like, are we actually going to lose out on people? Like, we really don't know, man. It's like I said, it's a whole new world. We don't know what's to expect anymore. Even the whole IR COVID list requirements have changed. It originally was supposed to be 3 weeks, but as Kenny said, you start, talking about this, and all of a sudden it's like, well, you know what? 3 weeks is too long. Let's just make it 10 days and, they'll be all right. And so right now we really don't know what's going on. Hopefully everything is okay and everything will be fine. Like I said, they are checking in with the local chief, with the NFL's chief medical officer. as well as the ICS, which is the Infection Control Education for Major Sports. It's just basically everybody making sure that they're all on the up and up. And Maxx Crosby actually wrote something on his IG. He basically said, quote, "Minor cap setbacks and adversity in general is something far from new to me. I'm feeling great, y'all. Thanks for everybody reaching out. Prayer emoji. I'll be back ASAP, 100%. Caw-caw!" I'm pretty sure that's what it was. It was like a picture of an eagle or a condor, but I'm pretty sure he meant caw-caw. But yeah, you know what? Before we know it, we'll have these cats back and they'll be good to go. Like I said, Devontae Booker, there's your perfect example right there of somebody that was on the list and now they're no longer on the list.
Good stuff.
That segment was called A Whole New World, brought to you by Bobby Wasabi.
And his magic cup. Caw-caw!
That shit reminds me of fucking Three Amigos, bro. Caw-caw! Look up here. Look up here.
Yeah.
I'm glad I know you guys, because nobody else would get those references. Thank you.
I'm sure you didn't say cacao.
Cacao.
Oh man. Let's stick with the D line. Let's stick with the D line. Che, I know you got some lined up here about Arden Key.
Yeah, but first, let me get into this second beer that I'm halfway through, bro, because I couldn't wait on this shit. Hey, this is that Sudworks Brewing Co. And this is that Chromatic Dragon. And this motherfucker right here, yo, this is not anything to fuck with right here. This is a 10%er on the ABV.
Damn.
And Sudworks is Sudworks. Sudworks comes up with some really nice, sours and stuff like that.
Yeah, dude, their sours are delicious, man.
So when I saw this bad boy sitting in the shelves in the store, I was like, yo, let me get this Sudworks. And then I looked at it. I was like, oh, okay. This one looks like it's packing a punch. This thing is brewed with rice, and it's featuring Nelson and Galaxy hops. And when I tell you it's no joke, it's no joke. This shit punches you in the mouth, and you know that you're drinking a 10% beer, and I don't mind it. I'm okay with it. So we're bring that fire, dog. Okay, so I'm already halfway through this, but it's delicious. Shout out to Sudworks, and shout out to Speakeasy, man. I'm already stumbling all over my words with this 10% beer.
Che could take a couple hits, man. He's drinking that beer with that Philly shell. He's got that Philly shell.
No, bro, it's all Chavez chin.
Okay.
Chin, bro. Okay.
Okay.
I'm just tuck it in here, right here, like this. Go ahead, hit me here in the face, whatever, and then I'm gonna hit you in your goddamn liver, and you're gonna be pissing blood for the rest of the week.
If you ever got punched in the liver, punched in the liver, go ahead and hit that like button.
12 rounds decision.
If you've ever,
I got like 105 decision wins over my chelas, dog. I'm just saying.
Okay, it's all about that zero.
Son. Me and Chavez, we're like this, son. Okay, original Chavez, not Chavez Jr. Fuck that guy. He's a fucking pothead, and he doesn't know what he's doing out there. Okay,
hey, watch
and that's not. Hey,
man, I'm a pothead.
Hey, it's okay to be a pothead, but it's not okay to be a pothead and a boxer. I'm just saying, those two, they just don't go together. You forget a lot of shit, and then you get lazy, you eat Twinkies, you don't train, and you miss weight. Okay,
yeah, you end up your trade deal ends up getting nixed. You stand outside of a closed buffet in Las Vegas, looking real mad.
I mean, PJ Hall, if that's what it is, dog, come on home. Come on home to the Pillaging Podcast. By Wasabi and Kay Safer, they'll take care of you, dog. Kay will take care of you. You see the show. They will take care of you, bro.
Oh, bro.
Just saying. Come on.
So speaking of shots, man, Arden Key took a shot this week.
Oh yeah, man.
Delivered one right on the chin, Che.
Hey,
since you're our resident boxing expert, let's do it. Let's
shout out to Mike Tyson too, bro. I'm just saying. We'll talk about that some other day, or maybe a little bit later. But hey, listen. Arden Key was quoted this week he was not akin to adding any more people to the defensive line. He's quoted as saying, "We got everything we need in that defensive line room. We don't need nobody else, and we don't need Clay Matthews. We don't need Jadeveon Clowney. We don't need none of that shit."
And quote.
Okay. And I'm not mad at that, but fan-sided,
And that was an exact quote. By the way, that was an exact quote.
Exact quote. Okay, that's exactly what he said. And I like it. There's some feistiness there. And you know what? There's a little bit of anger there. And you should be fucking angry too, okay? You should be angry, but you shouldn't be talking about being disrespected like Derek Carr, okay? Be angry, talk like you're angry, and then go out there and fucking perform, okay? Yeah. I'm okay with that. But if you're going to talk about like, you hurt my feelings, I'm tired of people saying some mean shit to me all the time, then I'm going to have a fucking problem with it, okay? Arden Key did not do that. I applaud you, son, okay? You're mad? Good. You should be mad because we're questioning you. We're saying, hey, I don't know about that guy. He hasn't performed. He hasn't done what we expected. And there's more people on this team now, right? So get mad, especially when people are talking about your replacement.
Here's a hot take. Arden Key and PJ Hall should switch nutritionists.
Hey, give fucking Arden Key that fucking triple stack goddamn In-N-Out burger, bro, for sure, right? He needs to put on some fucking muscle, some weight at least. Put a little long high on your body, bro. Okay, we know you got the quick feet. A little long high ain't gonna hurt you, dog. A little long high is gonna help you put some punch into that shit. Okay?
At least one. No,
that's right, dude.
Put one long high, just one on one side. You don't care if you're lopsided, dog. Yeah,
lopsided long high, bro. That's our softball team, dog.
Hey, from lopsided. Hey,
there's some dude in Minnesota right now going, "What the fuck is a Lona, bro?"
What are you guys talking about?
Hey, don't look up the translation. It is not a fish market, bro. We're not talking about fish markets, bro.
Oh, man. If you need to know what a long high is, okay, go to your nearest Mexican friend or neighbor and ask them. Okay, we will tell you. We will not lead you astray. I'm just saying.
That's right, dog.
But listen, man, from that,
shout out.
From one-sided long high to fan-sided article. Okay,
sorry.
So your boy, this guy, the author of this article his name's Joseph Birdsall. Okay, and this guy, he took the opportunity to mock the Raiders. And Key specifically, right? In his argument or fight back to the possibility of bringing in a Jadeveon Clowney or a Clay Matthews, he basically took shots at their production, and we all know the production wasn't great, although it improved. It did improve, right? It did improve. It wasn't what we wanted, right? They were still at the bottom of the league in terms of sacks. And so he took it upon himself to take shots at them and say, like, Jadeveon Clowney would immediately become the best player on Las Vegas. He said Las Vegas. That's how you know he's new to this game.
Vegas.
Yeah, that's how you know he's new to this game. He's Las Vegas's defensive line, if not the entire defense. All I gotta say this, man. Okay, first of all, Pajarito, fucking Birdsall. Okay,
sounds like a real rabble rouser.
Hey, bro, I am not going to pay attention, and I'm not gonna give no mind to no motherfucker who's got his goddamn high school tux picture as his fucking as his icon in his fucking news story. Okay. You look like a motherfucking Mormon boy band lead singer, bro. Like, I'm not trying to fuck with you, dog. Okay? I pay no mind to you talking shit about my team at all. Okay, get your shit straight. Come back and actually look like you know what you're talking about when you talk about football, because you don't look like you're talking. You don't look like you know what you're talking about. But furthermore,
he's the lead singer for Mad Harmony, bro.
Hey, but furthermore, if you're gonna say some stupid shit like that, okay, because it's clear you don't watch the Raiders, and it's clear you don't have any idea who's on the Raiders team, other than the fact that you heard this comment from Arden Key, who, like we said, he has not performed and he has not been able to showcase what we hoped he would. But you should at least bring up some motherfucking numbers to back up your bullshit, bro. Okay? And since you didn't, those are facts, okay? But since you didn't, I will, homie. I'm right here, okay? I'm gonna fucking give the numbers to your boy band fucking leading ass, okay? So look at
Harmony.
Clowney, hey, lead singer for Mormons in Harmony. Hey, so look it, man. Look, I don't understand where this guy gets off. Clowney, like you mentioned last week, Kenny, you said, we don't know what this guy can do. We know what his potential can be, right? And you were absolutely on the nose. I misspoke when I said we know what he can be when he's healthy. We don't know, because he's rarely healthy. And even when he is, and he performs for a majority of the season, we still don't really know, because he doesn't really do what we expected him to do either. Okay. We know that he looks like a fucking athletic specimen, and we know that he can be an athletic freak at times. But in games when he was on the Texans and he played the Raiders, I saw him get manhandled many times. Okay. I did see that. And he didn't really do too much to us when he played us straight up. And the motherfucker didn't really do that much last season. But somehow this guy believes that he's going to be the best athlete and the greatest defensive player on the Raiders if he came to the Raiders. So let's look at his numbers. 13 games played. 13 games played, so that's not a full season. Okay, for those of you who are slow and don't know how to count to 16. 13 games is not a full season. So he still had an injury bug. 11 starts. Hold on a minute. Jadeveon Clowney, you're supposed to be this fucking stud, okay? One of the top defensive ends. Was he the number one pick in his draft, or was he like the top? He was in the top 2, 3, right?
Yeah.
Jadeveon Clowney was, because he was taken before Mac, and I know we took Mac high, okay? So this motherfucker, he started 11 games. He started 11 games. How is it that you didn't start all 13 games that you played in, dog? I don't understand that. First, you're supposed to be.
He was drafted first overall by the Houston Texans.
There you go. So there you go. How is it that you did not start all 13 games that you played in? First and foremost, I don't understand that. You're supposed to be a stud. Okay. Second of all, okay, one interception. He returned that for a TD. Okay, that happens. 3 pass defenses, 4 forced fumbles, 2 fumble recoveries, 1 TD on a fumble recovery, 3 sacks.
It's not the magic number.
And that's a magic number. No, it's not. It's not a magic number. Okay?
Nope.
31 total tackles, 21 solo, 7 for a loss, and 13 QB hits. Okay. All right. That's okay. Okay. As far as tackling and hitting the quarterback. Okay. That's respectable. Now, when comparing the man in this article, Arden Key, we all know he's only got 2 years under his belt, and he really didn't play a whole lot last season. So I made a point to apply his first season with the Raiders, which, as Raider fans, we were still disappointed in, right? We saw Arden Key around the quarterback a lot and didn't finish most of those times, right? And we were like, man, if this guy can just get there, he might be something. Okay, so in 2018, this guy played 16 games. Okay, started 10 of them, 1 sack, 30 tackles, 21 solos, 4 for a loss, and 11 QB hits. And I'm sorry, that was his rookie season. Why is it kind of similar to your stats? Why is it so close to your stats, Jadeveon Clowney, when you're in your 6th, going into your 7th season? Okay? Why is this guy in his rookie season putting up numbers similar to yours in your 6th season? Not a good look. Okay? Now, in 2019, we know that it went to shit. He was dealing with some injuries. He only played in 7 games, got 0 starts. But a lot of that had to do with the guys that were brought on by yours truly, Jon Gruden and Mike Mayock. And so his play time was cut short, and his opportunities were cut short as well. 0 starts, 2 sacks. Okay, but he made the most of his short opportunities. 4 tackles, not that great. 3 solos, 2 tackles for loss, and 4 QB hits. Okay, so clearly we can say at this point, in this juncture in their careers, Jadeveon Clowney is a better player than Arden Key. But we don't have to worry about whether or not Arden Key is better than Jadeveon Clowney, because we have 2 young fucking studs named Salt and Pepper. Okay?
Salt
and Pepper are here to stay, son. Okay? They ain't going nowhere. Salt and Pepper's here, and we're in the shout out Salt and Pepper.
Shout out Herbie Love.
Herbie, man. Herbie has some shit going on. They all hate that guy now. Yeah. But listen, these 2 motherfuckers are really something that you can't overlook. Pajarito, Bird, what the fuck is this guy's name? Birdsall, man. Hey, listen, I don't give a shit what the fuck your name is. I really don't respect your art.
His name's Guy, I think.
I don't respect you as a fucking writer anyways. But anyways, look at Maxx Crosby in his rookie season, which was last season, okay? 16 games, 10 starts, 4 pass defenses, 4 forced fumbles, 10 sacks, okay? 47 tackles total, okay? 36 solo, 16 for a loss, and 14 QB hits. What the fuck are you talking about, dog? What the fuck are you talking about when you say some stupid ass shit like Jadeveon Clowney is going to be the greatest defensive player on the Raiders squad? Bitch! Motherfucker ain't even close, okay? This guy's in his rookie season. You know what? I'm going to go ahead, put my mug on that guy. I'm going to go ahead and put my money on that dude. Jadeveon Clowney, take your fucking money-asking motherfucking ass somewhere else, bro, because I don't need you, okay? I don't need you. And that's the point that Arden Key was trying to make. We don't need you.
Jack.
We don't need you, dog, okay? No. You trying to grab that money somewhere else, dog. We ain't here for that shit no more.
Fucking
the Raiders are done with handing over bags to motherfuckers don't even really want to be here and really don't give a fuck whether or not they're going to perform.
Sucker season is over. It's over.
Sucker season's done, bro, okay? You can go join Warren Sapp and fucking Randy Moss and all those other bitch-ass motherfuckers that came over here and just took the money and ran. You can join those motherfuckers, okay? Because we ain't having that. You want to come here and perform? Then you're going to take a fucking pay cut. You're not going to get what you want. That's for goddamn sure. Okay?
I got a hot take. I got a hot take.
Shoot it.
From the secondary, coming out the secondary, Jonathan Abram will have more sacks than Jadeveon Clowney.
Woo!
Ooh, snap.
Wow. That's a flamethrower. But I'm not necessarily disagreeing with you, bro. I think Abram will get like 5+. Mm-hmm. I do think so. He's got something to prove too. And we'll talk about our boy Abram later on in the show. But listen, that's Maxx Crosby. We all know that he outperformed and he went above and beyond what anybody expected from him. But let's go ahead and talk about the guy that was taken before him. Let's go ahead and talk about Cleveland Farrell. Okay, Cleveland Farrell, 15 games. 15 games. 15 starts. Okay. 5 pass defenses. 1 fumble recovery. 4.5. Well, hold on. Kenny, Bobby, is 4.5 sacks more than 3 sacks?
Hold on, let me research this real quick.
Oh wait, hold on. Yes.
Answer is yes. Answer is yes. 38 total tackles. Okay. 38 total tackles. 24 solo. 8 for a loss and 8 QB hits. Okay. QB hits and tackles for a loss were a little bit less, but we all know that your boy was switching.
Did you say tacos for a loss, bro?
Tackles.
Okay.
I'm bilingual, bro. Okay. Sometimes the L doesn't.
I'm hungry, bro.
Sound, bro. Me too. That's why I'm fucking up these aguachiles over here.
That should have been PJ Lonjas, bro.
Tacos for a loss, bro.
Tacos for a loss, bro.
Tacos for a loss.
Tacos always for a win, bro, but maybe not PJ.
For PJ Hall, they're tacos for a loss.
I don't know how we got here, but I love it here.
Oh, man. Hey. But listen, Cleveland Farrell has spent his entire summer adding what? 15 to 20 fucking pounds of muscle? If you don't think this guy's going to come back and outperform his stats from last season, I fully expect this guy to play 16 games, play 16 starts, if he's allowed to play those many games, right? The season is still in question. But if the season is on and we get to play a full-length season, there's no doubt in my mind that this guy's going to play the full length of the season. He is decided that he is not going to be a dud. He's not going to be a dud, okay? This motherfucker is not with that, okay? He ain't Jamarcus Russell. He ain't some fucking sucker. He ain't going to come out here and piss everybody off, take the money and run home, okay? Go buy a purple drink and whatever the fuck else was Jamarcus Russell. Okay? This guy's, hey.
I like it.
Hey.
Looking like Grimace. Looking like Grimace with a codeine bottle. what Grimace put in them shakes anyways, dog. Damn, there ain't one purple item at McDonald's. He's added something to them shakes, dog. That's Jamarcus Russell in that big fur.
That motherfucker invented his own Slurpee, bro. Ain't even a fucking purple Slurpee out here, dog. What are you talking about? All I see is pink colada and blue raspberry. Where the fuck you get this purple fucking Slurpee from?
Oh shit.
Anyways, it's good times over here at the Pillaging Podcast. In case you didn't know that. Look, I say all that to say this. This motherfucker that wrote this article, you don't have a goddamn clue. So we should not be concerned with motherfuckers criticizing our team the way that this douchebag fucking did on Fansided. Fansided, okay? I'm not gonna put up with that shit. You're gonna get it from me, dog. If I read a stupid article like that, you're gonna get it from me, okay? Right here, Pillaging Podcast, and you can go ahead and try to write an article about me too. I don't give a shit. As a matter of fact, I encourage it. Come on, pajarito. Come on, pajarito. Let's do it. I'll dance with you. I will dance with you.
Joe Birdsall is canceled, bro. Jay canceled that dude.
Cancel that motherfucker.
Bro, he's out.
Damn nickel.
Survey says. No. Oh, hold on really quick. Shout out to Son Joku.
Pillaging.
He says he's so happy he caught this live. It was awesome. Catch the rest tomorrow. Hey, make sure you tune in tomorrow, man. Thank you very much.
Brother. Cheers, brother.
Should catch you in 2 weeks, bro.
Oh man,
Birdsall is canceled. Pajarito is canceled, bro. You got that buckshot, dog. You got that pepper
Birdshot.
Oh,
got that Mossberg, bro.
like that. Like that was a good time over here. Pillaging Podcast.
canceling riders left and right, dog. Yo.
Oh man. All
That's
right.
the show, bro. I don't even want to go anymore. There was a segue somewhere that got set on fire, bro. Burned the whole thing down. Shut down.
That segue's on fire, bro.
Bro. Joseph Birdsall is in a bunker right now, dude. He's
my shit penetrates, bro. Shit, I got concrete penetrators over here. Okay,
it's that aguachile, bro.
You better move. You better move, dog. Okay.
Whoa, that beer might be 10%, but Shay just brought 100%. Bobby, it's on you, man. I don't know, man. It's on you. The pressure is on. There's one kicker left in Oakland, and he's wearing purple pants. And you got to be a long-time listener to get that reference. But
his name is Bobby Wasabi.
Oh man, well, you guys are talking about canceling people. I mean, your main man over here, Dominic Eberle, just got canceled, bro. Raiders waived him on Monday, bro. So that basically means that we just got Daniel Carson for the job right now, but he hasn't really gotten it. So it's not like, hey man, here you go, sign your papers, you're all good. Like you are kicker. Like, nah, he's still kind of shaky. They still got to find out what's going on. That, and you have to remember that before, when we're going into practice into training camp, we were allotted 92-man squad. Now that 92-man squad basically became a 80-man squad, and so people just got to be reducing those rosters more and more. And Eberle, this kid actually he looked pretty good, even though we brought him on as an undrafted free agent. This kid's legs looked like he could do something, man. He actually had 6 single season school records for Utah for the Aggies. And not only that, he also, I believe, had an NCAA record for becoming the 6th player in college football history to kick 3 50-plus yard field goals in one game. So he's over here, he was putting some power behind that leg, dude. He was starting to sound like Seabass with those numbers, man. But, we got to do what we got to do. But because Carlson is there, with his numbers that are, okay, they're not the best. It doesn't mean, like I said, that he's officially on the squad. They just had to cut down the roster more and more. With so many teams cutting down those squads, the probability of Eberle actually getting picked up is not really, that likely, man. Everyone has to, consider what's a priority. And unfortunately, kickers and punters aren't necessarily seen as some sort of priority as, pass rushers, quarterbacks, wide receivers, and whatnot, running backs. So there's still that possibility that, if Gruden just isn't satisfied with what Carlson is bringing to training camp, he could always give Eberle a call as well. So there's still a probability there that he could rejoin the squad. How many times haven't we seen Raiders waive, so-and-so, bring him back to the practice squad, upgrade him, waive him, and then bring him back to the practice squad. And it's just all flexing, trying to, figure out the actual the squad and whatnot, and with the regulations and what's going on. So it's still there. It's still up in the air as far as whether or not he'll officially, whether Daniel Carlson will actually be the official kicker or not. But for right now, it's kind of in the air. But for me, I would have to say that if it's possible, why not, give Eberle a shot, man? I mean, right now, the way it's looking like, the kickers are basically a dime a dozen. They're just, rotating through them until they actually find somebody that actually sticks good. And that's how it is for a lot of teams as well. And, if you guys aren't satisfied, if the Raiders aren't satisfied with Carlson or with Eberle, my number's still there, my pants are good to go. I'm not picky, you know what I'm saying? Like, just give me, $100K a year. I'm cool with it. It. Set me up. Give me like a nice, like a nice Subaru wagon so I can, carry Bobby Boy in the back. And I'm not going to complain, bro. I'm cool with $100,000, dude, and partying in Vegas.
Hey,
I don't need no buffets.
You're on that call list, bro. I know you are. As soon as Daniel Carlson misses one kick, John's going to be on that phone and cue the Boys to Men music. Please don't go away from me. You know the song.
Oh man.
I ain't
That's
got them hype like Chad.
Never go home. Please don't go away from me.
I'll be there
That
for
was
you.
a jab, bro. Yo, that's off that fucking that Coolie High. That's off that Coolie High, right?
Yeah. Well, I was
Dude,
in Vegas. They had a billboard,
man.
Boys to Men. I think they're performing at the MGM or something. There's like two dudes on the sign. I'm like, bro, this is not Boys to Men. It's two men. That's all it is, bro.
2 men. I still have that Coolie High Harmony tape, bro.
That's so fresh.
Hey, that was the shit.
Hell yeah.
Shit. You know what? Hey, Boys to Men, the second one, it was just Boys 2. It had the number 2, Boys to Men. That was dope too, man. Hey, Waters Run Dry.
Yeah. End of the road.
End of the road was Coolie High. End of the road was Coolie High.
I got to.
It was,
I got to rub my first booty off of that album, man. They were playing that in the 8th grade dance, and I was like, oh, my hand slipped. It was okay.
They were playing that at the 8th grade dance. Heavy, bro. So End of the Road was on. Oh, it was on Boom. Coolie High Boom soundtrack. It was on.
Yeah, I know, but they had it on Coolie High Harmony. That was their first album.
The first album was Motown Philly. First of all,
no, that's their first track.
That was a single.
Oh,
that was a single off of the album. That was a single off the album.
For some reason, I thought that was off the album. You're right.
Back again.
Yeah, you're right.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, I had the Christmas album too, which was fire, dude. Yeah, I might still have that.
Chestnuts roasting on a.
Hey, I still have my Shaq Fu Christmas album too, bro.
Yeah.
Oh, shut up.
Hey, who had the Bartman tape though? Who had the Bartman tape?
Come on. Oh God.
Yeah. Hey, when shit goes crazy, the Pillaging Podcast here.
Oh, it's I'll Make Love to You was on too. That was a big single off of
I'll Make Love to You was on the second album.
Yeah.
Waters Run Dry. I think it was a third single off that, and I'm not remembering it right now.
It was that Beatles remake. That's what it was. I forget what's it called. Yesterday. That's what they did.
Yesterday.
Don't sleep on Shy either. Everyone's listening to Boys to Men.
Bro, just talking about Shy the other day. I was in a training and somebody was asking me about what kind of music I listen to, and I was like, "Yo, I'm a hip hop, I'm an R&B cat, I'm a funk cat. Like that's my shit. That's the genres that I live in, and then I occasionally venture out, right?" And they were like, "Well, what kind of R&B?" And I was like, "Oh man, I'm an old school cat. I'm all about them 90s R&B groups, bro. Shy."
Yeah. Hey,
Shy
1992 panties were dropping when you put that CD on, bro.
Hey, that was the one right there.
The waterworks, bro. But, anyways, hey, let's get off of this, bro. Javin White.
Yeah. Hey, we'll get back to Raiders. Motherfuckers in the chat like, what the fuck are we talking about right now? Hey, we're going to talk some Raiders football again, okay? Javin White. So Javin White, listen. Javin White has he's earned, let's say he's earned the attention of our coaching staff, okay? He's doing what he has been able to do within this quarantine weird ass situation we got going on. This guy is catching the attention in the right way, okay? This guy's overly prepared, okay? In this article that was on Raiders.com, and it was by Kyle Martin, and this was not a hater, okay? Because, you know, I would hope that fucking Raiders wouldn't put goddamn hater on their website, but this guy was very, 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 very into Javin White. And he said this. He said, this guy's been putting in all his time into studying and preparing himself with this Gunther playbook, man. So this guy in the quarantine, this weird situation where we're not getting these practices, we're not having rookie camp, we're not having all these opportunities to showcase what he's probably best at, okay? And if you guys put on the tape, the UNLV tape, when we did the UDFA show, okay, we talked about Javin White. This guy's an athletic specimen, okay? Please go and look at some tape. Look at some film on this guy. This guy's an athletic specimen. He's a tall, rangy linebacker, okay? He needs to put on a little bit of weight, but the athlete in him is there. This motherfucker makes plays on the ball. This guy is quick. He has speed. He has length. He's a very versatile linebacker, which is what we realize that Gunther, Gruden, and Mayock are really looking for in terms of their linebacking core. That's what they want. They want these guys to be able to be versatile, cover, and play up front and be quick to the ball. All these guys that they have, Kwiatkowski, they got Lilton, all these guys are all that make. Okay, guys that can do multiple things and that won't be a weakness on your defense. All right. And so when they took Javin White in the UDFAs, we made it a point to say this guy, and you heard it here first. I want to say this. We went out, we talked about the UDFAs, and we spoke very highly about this guy. We said, this guy is going to make the team. Okay.
X.
We said, your boy Kenny said, okay, in terms of these UDFAs, we got starter, and a starter means he makes the team. Practice squad or a cut. And we went through all the UDFAs that we saw this season, and this is the guy that stood out to us as the guy that would make this team, okay? And not only that, have the potential to actually have a say and make a mark on this team. And so here you are now hearing from not just this writer, Kyle Martin, but also Gruden himself. Gruden himself went ahead and spoke out about Javin White. He didn't have to. They were talking to him about the linebacking core, and he's talking about Littleton. He's talking about Kwiatkowski. And all of a sudden he says, but you know what? We also got this kid out of Las Vegas, out of UNLV, Javin White. He said Javin White. I don't know. Javin, you need to let us know how to pronounce your name because I don't feel comfortable deciding one way or the other.
I like Javin. I vote for Javin.
I like Javin too.
We should just have him call up the show, man.
I know. Hey, what are you doing right now? You got nothing to do. Just call
the
show
show
right now.
You ain't doing nothing. Just go for it.
Give him the number, okay?
Get him on the line, Kenny.
He went ahead and he mentioned this guy. He said, you know what? We got this kid by Javin White, named Javin White at UNLV, and he's doing some things out there. So he's impressing this coaching staff. He's not just impressing him with his work ethic in terms of learning this play scheme, this playbook that Gunther has, but he's actually been able to maybe showcase some of his abilities and his talents. And Gruden did say, you know what? We don't have pads on. So right now it's all just predictions, right? Without pads, we don't really know what we got. It's all just predictions. But he's done enough to get mentioned. And that's a win. For a UDFA, that's a win. Because if people are mentioning your name, if people are talking about you, it's going to be a lot harder for them to make that decision to cut you. And so it's going a lot more in the direction that we thought when we went over this list. This guy's going to make this team. I expect this guy to make this team. He has all the skill, all the talent, and all the athleticism to be an important member of this team. If he's given the chance. Okay. And let's not forget, this guy is from Oakland. Okay. So there's a little bit of part of him that is an original Raider. Okay. He's from Oakland. He now resides in Las Vegas. He went to UNLV. So he's got the double connection, bro. He's like this. He's like this, son. Okay? He's like this. One connect, two connect. Like this. My lady said like this. I don't I guess. Scissors.
Scissor me timbers.
Oh damn.
But listen,
Break up.
when he went, so let's go ahead and get a direct quote from him. Okay. When he was asked about the difficulties of this pandemic, right? How do you make a name for yourself when you don't have, rookie camp, when you don't have all these extra opportunities to get on the field and showcase yourself? He said, you know what, man, honestly, I'm just staying prepared. Okay. We have these Zoom meetings and I'm just trying to make the best of it. Okay. If we review a play, I'm mentally trying to put myself into that play and be aware of what the scenario is. So this guy is trying to do everything he can to be mentally prepared. I'm not mad at that. Learn this whole fucking playbook, dog. Learn it from front to back. Know the color of the cover. Know the inside. Know the fucking, table of contents. All that shit. Learn your playbook, dog. And when the coaches come to you, don't even skip a beat. Just be like, oh yeah, I do this though. That's what I do. Okay. And then all you have to do after that is when you get your opportunity on the field, flash. Wow. And if you're an athlete, you got that length, and I've seen the film. If you do what you can do, there's no reason why this cat's not going to make this team. Now, right now, Tanner Muse is being shifted from a safety to a linebacker. Okay. This guy is a linebacker that had the same talents and abilities as the Tanner Muse, right? But because of him being a linebacker, not a safety, I think he falls, right? And not only that, Tanner Muse played for Clemson. He played for UNLV. Okay, obviously there's a big difference there in schools. Talent, teams that they played against, the amount of attention that they got from the media. So this guy, if you look at him, and I think in the article that was on Raiders.com, they actually had him and Muse standing side by side, like next to each other. They got the same fucking height and the same fucking build. they literally have like the same height, same build. Okay. So I fully expect this guy to make the team, man. I think he's gonna make this team. I think he's gonna prove us right. I think he's gonna fulfill what we said in the offseason when this guy was brought on to the team in the first place. So I applaud this guy and I encourage him, man. I really hope that you make this team, and I hope that you have a fucking impact, because all that means is that we're going to be stacked. That's all that means. Okay. Littleton, Kwiatkowski, and then we got these guys, maybe a guy that people didn't even expect to make the team. And then you got a guy shifting from safety to linebacker. Okay. We already saw that with Markel Lee departing, they've already decided that these guys have more of a potential than he does. Okay, so they wouldn't still be here if it was the other way around. Yeah. So yeah, that's what I got to say about that.
It's these types of players that are hurting without a preseason. You know what I mean?
Absolutely, man. And that goes for all UDFAs. Okay, so all these guys that made these teams that weren't drafted, that were hoping for an opportunity to impress and get on the field and showcase what their actual talents were. Okay, we have a guy that's on the team right now. Okay, we have a guy on the team right now that was able to do that. Jalen Richard remains on this team. He has not been taken off this team, and he was an undrafted free agent. Okay, and the Raiders have a history of players making the team without being drafted. Okay, because you know what? You got to take advantage of your opportunities. If you go out there, you showcase, and you give people a reason to keep you, who the fuck cares if a guy was drafted in the 5th round or the 6th round or whatever? You're going to do what's best for your team. Okay? If what's best for your team is keeping a guy that was undrafted over a guy that was drafted, then so be it. It's all about putting up. It's all about putting up. Like we told Derek Carr, put up or shut up. Same thing goes to these players. You were drafted 5th round, 6th round, 4th round, 3rd round, 2nd round. It doesn't matter. You still got to go out there and perform, PJ Hall. You still got to go out there and perform, PJ Lonja.
That's right.
And we're not talking about how well you eat tacos and how many fucking rounds you could go.
Tacos for a lot.
Talking about the field, son. Okay, get out on the field and perform. So that's all I gotta say about that.
Hey, Hey,
Good.
hopefully makes that's a good story, and he's totally shredded, man. And we need all the help we can get on defense. There's just not enough spots on this roster. It would be cool to see the NFL maybe expand rosters this year with the lack of a preseason, maybe expand rosters for the first 2 weeks of the season. But then again, it would be fine to see the NFL do anything positive and progressive and active. But you can go back and listen to the first half of the show if you want my thoughts on that. Bobby, Ricky's Sports Bar, a beloved haven of Raider Nation, the unofficial headquarters of Raider Nation, if I may dare say.
I think you should dare say that, because
dare I say?
I mean, there is no other way to say, right?
I said it.
Exactly. I mean, dude, we're talking about a spot that is, like you said, it's an institution, and now it's being threatened over here with the COVID-19 epidemic. You know, how many of us haven't been there? Some of us have been there only one time, handful of times. I've been there quite a few times, soberish and sobering up. Yeah, I've never gotten. Yeah, I've never gotten messed up there. It's usually just like coming back after the game from, you know,
Smart.
just enjoying it, and it's like, all right, cool. I'm just gonna mellow out with some food and whatnot, and it's the best feeling, bro. It's the best feeling because it's like you come into a homie's house and they got like the ultimate fan cave, and we're talking about like ultimate, dude. This is like a freaking museum when you walk into this place, dude. We're talking about the only place that I have seen an actual picture of President Kennedy holding an Oakland Raiders hat circa 1963. Shout out Paul Gutierrez. You're the one who gave me that tip right there, man. And you know it was Al Davis who gave him that hat. It's just crazy because, you know, football season, you have to think it's between September and December. And so you have to think about it. And, you know, that time when Kennedy was given that, it was a very short amount of time, that small window before he was actually assassinated. So it's crazy, the amount of memorabilia, the history that's been there, the people that have been there, players, coaches, everyone's been there before. And now it's being threatened. I mean, this isn't the first time that Ricky's has been threatened before. There was actually a fire that happened in 2018, and it wasn't so bad where it damaged the restaurant, but it was still, you know, they shut down for a little while, and, you know, they had to clean up and everything as well. But, you know, they had to deal with that. And there's something that not a lot of people had known for the past 4 years. Ricky Ricardo, the owner of Ricky Sports Bar, he's actually was diagnosed with Alzheimer's disease. And, you know, his health hasn't been the best, and it has definitely not improved in the past 4 years. And, you know, his family, you know, Tina, his wife as well, who's also running the bar as well. You know, they do as much as they can, and they try to help out where they can. But because of that, you know, it's everyone's everywhere. No one can pay attention to the business because of, you know, taking care of the family. And now with the epidemic coming through, it was like the perfect storm of just a bunch of bad stuff happening at the same time. And there's actually a friend of Rick and Tina's, the, you know, the owners of the bar, that actually wanted to do something, and he actually started a GoFundMe campaign for, you know, to try to help them basically keep their heads above the water. This was their only means of income, and now, you know, their income isn't coming in, but the bills still keep coming in, and, you know, they still got to pay the bills, just like we all got to pay bills. And unfortunately, their priorities aren't there right now. Their priorities are on Ricky's health. And so, you know, he started this, it was a friend of ours, this doctor, he started this, the GoFundMe, and basically it's all hands on deck right now. This isn't some dive bar. This isn't my local watering hole that I want you guys to save. This is something that, honestly, bro, I've known a lot of people travel from everywhere when they come to a game, and that's usually on their list, is to come to the Coliseum, check, and to go to Ricky's Sports Bar, check. And those are things that we're going to slowly lose, man, if we don't actually start, you know, doing something about it, if we don't start helping out right here. And it's just, like I said, man, it's an institution that has been there, and we need something to stay there, because we have to remember when the Raiders took off to LA, that was more or less, for all intents and purposes, the Coliseum right there in that little small spot in Hayward. That was the Coliseum. That was the only place where, you know, the Raider fans can congregate and be safe amongst themselves right there, not have to go to some random bar over there and have to deal with just a bunch of lame people. This was the spot where you can go and you were family with anybody. This was basically the tailgate version in a location. And now it's being threatened, man. So I advise everybody to go to the GoFundMe, you know, website, look up a Save Ricky Sports Bar, and, you know, donate something out there, man, because anything helps. Anything helps out. And I really would not want to see this place shut down, especially after so many setbacks that they've been experiencing as of late. So that's just my piece right there. And I just wanted to bring it up to everybody because I did hear about, I read about this, and then I heard about it as mentioned as well on the Raider Nation radio station. And I was like, you know what? Everybody has to know about this. It's not just, you know, one station. It's as many people as we can, and try to, you know, get those tentacles out there and try to help out as much as we can, man.
Absolutely.
Also, Lucille on Twitter, aka So Petty Crocker, aka Gabriela Sarsaparilla, big friend of the show, our big sister from another mister. Homie. She's doing donations too. $2 of all of her decal sales are going towards that cause. And Bobby, you said it best. When the Raiders left town, knowing that Ricky's was still there with a foothold in the East Bay for Raider Nation, a place you can go where you felt at home, you felt comfortable, everybody welcomed you in. I mean, it was tough. It's tough with the Raiders leaving town. Softened a little bit about Ricky's being there. We plan on going out there and doing some remotes.
Yep.
You know, look, making your way in the world today takes everything you got. Taking a break from all your worries, it sure would help a lot. Wouldn't you like to get away? Sometimes you want to go where everybody knows your name. And they're always glad you came. You want to be where you can see the troubles are all the same. You want to be where everybody knows your name.
Boom, boom.
Yeah.
You want to go where people know the people are all the same. You want to go where everybody knows your name. Hey, Ricky Sports Baller, y'all. I'm going to go make a donation tomorrow. Facts. Thank you, Bobby.
That's what's up.
Thank you very much, Bobby. That's an important.
What's up?
So we've kind of reached the humanities part of the show. We got another part of that. Shay's going to take over right here. Little story from Jonathan Abram. This really touched me.
Hey man, this is a great article written by your boy Jon Abram. So listen, this article was written and it was published by the Players Tribune, and it's an article where Abram just kind of shines a light on the people that are the hardworking class, right? And that's everybody that's making that minimal wage and just trying to get by, man. They're getting paid paycheck and trying to live paycheck by paycheck. And a lot of people know about that. There's a lot of people out here, especially, you know, within Raider Nation, a lot of other fan bases as well. But there's a lot of people that know about trying to live paycheck by paycheck. Your boy knows a little bit about that shit himself, okay? Sometimes bills get a little heavy and you know, that paycheck's gone before you know it. You get it in your hand and then you just send it out to somebody else. Somebody else gets to enjoy it, right? So he's talking about the fast food worker, man. In this article, he's talking about how many of you guys know where your burger comes from, right? Like, so when you order some food, when you order something and it just shows up at your doorstep, do you really know what the work is behind it, right? Do you really know where it's coming from, the efforts that are being placed behind it, and who these people are, right? So I really appreciated this article. This is humanitizing these people, A lot of times these people are the forgotten people, okay? And a lot of people have negative comments when it comes to people that work at a fast food restaurant or whatever it may be. And they say shit like, oh, well, if they really wanted to have a better life, they should go to school or they should be trying to get a better job and that kind of shit. But sometimes life hits you and you got to do what you can. And that's the point that he was making, okay? And so this is something that he related very, very personally because as it so turns out, his mother was that person. Okay, Jonathan Abram is here, and he is a member of this Raider Nation and this team because of his moms. And his moms just so happened to be a person that worked at Wendy's as a fast food worker. And she is successfully worked herself up from, you know, the bottom line of that job to now general manager. So applause to her, right? So she stuck with it and she's doing her damn thing. But he really focused on, you know, that working class and how they get taken for granted. And even in this pandemic has made things so horrible and so difficult to deal with, being locked away and being away from people and not being able to venture out into the world and do the things that came so natural to us. Just going to pick up our food if we wanted, you know, food from a restaurant or venturing into a store and buying groceries. All that shit is so complicated now. All of that is complicated, but there is workers at all those places. And how many times do we walk into those places, those restaurants, those stores, and do we actually think about the fact that those people are putting themselves at risk? They're out there, they're exposed, and they're just doing what they got to do to make sure that they have enough money to be able to do what they got to do for their families, right? To me, I can relate to that so much. I'm as Mexican as can be, from the brown skin to the Mexico tea. Okay, like I there's no confusing me. Okay? Although a lot of people do confuse me. They say, "Are you Samoan? Or are you Cuban? Are you Puerto Rican?" That kind of shit happens all the time. But there's no confusing me, man. I'm Mexican to the bone. All right, my mom and my dad straight from the homeland. And I'm a first generation motherfucker here in the United States, okay? English being my second language, which is why I have trouble speaking on on there so many times. But I relate to this so much because my family has been overlooked for so long too, okay? When you're talking about how does your food arrive to your table, when you're talking about, do you think about where that shit came from? My family was producing that, okay? Whether it was fucking onions or lettuce or apricots or tomatoes, whatever the fuck it is that you like to buy as far as produce goes, that arrives at your table just miraculously, whether you go to a supermarket or you order it from a restaurant. My family was behind that. And Bobby Wasabi, I know you know about that too. You know, yeah. Watsonville, Holster, Gilroy, all this area right here is the farming community, bro. Okay, garlic capital of the world.
My 70-year-old white granny was working in the tomato factory in Tracy, California, bro.
There you go, right? Yeah. And so that shit hits home to me because I know that he's talking about a different career in terms of the fast food business, and obviously that food has to get to them. But listen, what he's talking about is hardworking people getting paid very minimal fucking fraction of the pay that most people get, okay? And doing it because they have to, because they need to make sure that their children have food and shelter. The very, very fucking bare minimum that all human life needs. Food, water, shelter. Food, water, shelter. That's all that you actually need in life. Clothing, because if you run around fucking butt ass naked, you're probably gonna get arrested. Especially if you're fucking Chan Bobby. Just saying. things hit a little different when a brown man is running around naked. But
cochinos are.
I ain't gonna test the theory, bro. I ain't gonna test that one, bro. I'm just gonna take
listen,
your word.
man. It's like I said, man. I applaud Jonathan Abram for, first of all, being so outspoken about something like this, on a topic like this, that it hits home, man. Especially in these times where we've taken so much for granted, and everybody is shell shocked from the amount of loss that we all have in our lives, right? That freedom, that ability to just do whatever the fuck we want whenever we wanted to. It's not there anymore. You know how many times I've had to tell my daughter, like, I'm sorry, hun, but we can't go to that park. You know how hard that is, how heartbreaking that is when she just gets sad or throws a tantrum or gets upset because she doesn't understand why she can't go to the park. And at this point, she's so smart that we've been able to tell her, like, well, we can't go because germs. And now she sees a person and she says, oh, I can't go over there because I got germs. Because of germs. Like, that's the world we live in, where I have to teach my daughter why we can't do things because people can get sick. And it sucks, y'all. It sucks. I wish my daughter had the freedoms that I had growing up. No fucking worries in the world. Just know that your parents got you, right? Because I got my baby. My lady got my baby. I know we got her. There's nothing that's going to happen to her as long as we're around. But with this pandemic, things are different. Things are way different. And so really just take the time to acknowledge these people who are out there every single fucking day doing what they can to help your life be easier. Okay? That's what motherfuckers do not pay attention to. And I'm not trying to point the finger at any certain person. But there's some people out there that are very I guess well off and don't have the concerns that the regular fucking world has.
Insulated.
Insulated and all kinds of other shit, right? People in the real world have to deal with this kind of shit, and they have to put themselves at risk, because if they don't survive. Because if they don't eat, they starve, and they die. That's a fucking reality. That's a reality for people. And that's something that he highlighted in this. His mom kept him alive with burgers and fries. He really fucking straight up. Burgers and fries kept Jonathan Abram and his brother alive. It's the reason why he's on this planet. Because his mom was able to work at Wendy's and come home with a fucking burger for him and his brother every day. Okay? Not a whole lot of people know that fucking hardship. Not a whole lot of people understand what that means. And maybe for Abram, and I say this all the time, when you don't have something, you don't miss it, right? And so for Jonathan and his sibling, like, you're not going to miss something that you didn't know you were supposed to have or that you could have, right? And so getting a fucking meal from Wendy's every day was probably like a fucking present. It was probably like the best thing. Like, oh, I can get a fucking chicken sandwich today, right? And I'm sure he made the most of it. And as long as you have love in your life, it feels that way, right? When you got a lot of love and you got parents that fucking care for you and they do everything that they can to make you feel loved, then it doesn't really matter how little you have. Whether your fucking shirt is torn, whether your fucking shoes are fucking barely holding on, all that shit just goes to the wayside. And so I applaud Mama Abram for being that mother, man, for being that strength, for being that person in that household that kept shit together. And look at the fucking man that she created. This guy is a star. We already know he's a star. He ate up that camera right away. Okay, we know this man is gonna be accounted for. And we're looking forward to him performing on the field, man. And I appreciate you sharing that very, very personal story and letting us know the kind of guy that you are, because I think a lot of people got him the wrong way. I think a lot of people thought this dude was a cocky motherfucker. And you know what? To a certain extent, he is. But then you hear a little bit about his background,
Yeah.
and you hear where he comes from. You see the cut that he comes from, right? He's cut from a different kind of cloth. And so when a guy celebrates, and I think a lot of people have an issue with especially black men celebrating, being happy and excited. That shit rubs them the wrong way. A lot of people like to talk shit about black men who celebrate and are happy about what they've been able to gain in life. Okay, understand that the reason why they're celebrating so much and the reason why they are so happy and so willing to express those emotions is because they come from so little. Okay, and if you can't understand that, it's because you haven't been in that life. So don't fucking judge people. Don't fucking judge people because you haven't been there. You know.
Shout out to Mom Dukes, man. Shout out to Mama Abram. Because,
shout out, Mama Abram.
Not to get too deep, but if you look at Maslow's hierarchy of needs, which Che and I know very well, not everybody reached the top of that pyramid, but Abram, he shows that he's up there. And for him to have all 5 of those components in his well-being and his personality, and to come from so little, tells me that he was raised with so much love and so much care, so much invested in him that he's become that person. There's some of us that was raised with everything, and we can't even get to the top of that pyramid. And it's all about how you were nurtured, right? And they did it right over there in the Abram household. Shout out to you, Mom Duke. Shout out to you, Jonathan Abram, for breaking through this mirage of pro sports and all that, and just keeping it real and bringing us right back down to life and what matters most. So, man, if you didn't love him enough already, that I don't know what else he has to say to win you over. But thank you, Che. Thank you.
Hey, thank you, Jonathan Abram. Thank you, man.
We do a little housekeeping real quick. Shout out to Pillaging Damage Incorporated. Good morning to Scotland. Good morning.
I saved a little drink for you, Damage. A little bit left.
And another shout out to Straight Right Sports, who's been now a more vocal member of our clique here, but been a longtime supporter. So we like your voice. Shout out to you. Pillaging. He says, so fitting. Finally got a stadium. Finally have a training facility fit for an NFL team. Finally looking like we're turning a corner. And boom, a pandemic. But you need fear not. Straight Right Sports, because we got a tailgate for you right here virtually every single week. So you can get a little bit, everything but the charcoal smoke, right? Everything but the smell of the charcoal right here on the Pillaging Podcast.
Oh, yeah.
Hey, if we do get to go do some remote shows at Ricky's, there's going to be a barbecue somewhere. There's going to be some fucking grill marks on something.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
I promise that. That chorizo ain't gonna cook itself.
Right? That cooler ain't gonna fill itself.
Hell no.
No. A real flamethrower show this week, fellas. Thanks for coming in. It was a lot of fun, very therapeutic in many ways. Raider Nation, we hope you enjoyed it as well. Trying to keep you as informed as possible, trying to keep this football flex going in the middle of all this madness, give you a little bit of dose of normalcy every Sunday night, almost every Sunday night. Again, a reminder, we will be off next week. I will be out in Paisines. If you are in the Tres Pinos area, come visit me. I'll take your ass to the Pinnacles and show you a real hike. And we'll see you in 2 weeks. And keep an eye out for that link for the Growth Vote. I got a real busy week. I got a short week at work, so I got a lot to get done. But I will do my best. I'll probably get that up tomorrow night. So shout out to you guys. Che, shout out to you. Bobby, shout out to you. Any last words before we get out of here?
I just want to say we appreciate y'all, man. We really do. We come on here, we have a good ass time, and the fact that y'all motherfuckers tune in for it, hey, it doesn't go unnoticed. We know this show doesn't exist without y'all. So we really, really appreciate y'all. Thank you for joining us every week. And we look forward to seeing you in 2.
Yeah.
2 and 2, like Chuck Woolery would say. We'll see you in 2 and 2.
Fuck Chuck Woolery. That dude ended up being a real asshole. But
the Love Connection was a dope ass show, bro.
It's Scrabble, bro. It's Scrabble, bro.
Or was it Scrabble too? But I saw fucking Love Connection, bro. Okay, I'm from the era of the Love Connection.
Pretty much, man.
Yeah, that word buster on there, bro. I have to get some of them sound effects. Bob, you got any last words, man?
I just want to say, I mean, you guys said it good right there. Don't forget to hit that like button. That's the one thing. Hey, you know what? If you've ever had to grab the duffel bag from the vendor walking around and had to toss it in the car and give him a beer so he could blend in, make sure you hit that like button.
Hey, if you've ever taken a taco for a loss, hit that like button.
If you've ever moved someone out of the way to run into the porta potty, hit that like button.
Hey, if you've ever tackled the 10th dentist, hit that like button.
Talking to you, Mark Hubbard.
Shay still hasn't met off that painting. You can't let it go.
No, hey, listen, Danny, I just want to say, because Danny's in the chat right now. He did hit me up. He's like, hey, man, and I know he was trying to be as polite as possible. He's like, I was just wondering, about that painting. So the painting is here. It's good.
Bro,
It's
that's
very
the problem,
safe.
bro.
It's very safe. But no, the reason why it's still in my hands, and I explained this to Danny, but I'm going to explain it to y'all. The reason why it's still in my hands is because your boy needs to get some good shots of it, right? This shit needs to go in my portfolio, dog. As an artist, I need to keep a copy of what I have created. It's not that I'm trying to keep this shit from getting to your hands, dog. So as soon as I get that done, and I'm trying to get this done in this week, this upcoming week, one of my boys said, he's like, yo, whenever you want to fucking document anything, whenever you want to get some nice fucking pictures of your shit, just let me know. We'll try to get it done. So I'm going to hit him up, go over to his house. I'm going to take this painting, probably going to take a few others. Hopefully I get some nice quality pictures. And then this motherfucker is going to be in the mail, on its way to you, bubble wrapped and all that good stuff. And maybe, just maybe, I might find a Pillaging Podcast sticker or somewhere around this house, because I know I got some. And I might include that for you, though.
Nice.
Just for you. That foil, that shiny foil one.
So, Danny, what we failed to mention is you are officially the owner of that painting, and Shay will be sending out your ownership certificate very soon. However, that painting will remain on Shay's wall, and you can you're a proud owner of a painting in his gallery. So, congratulations.
It's like when you purchase a star for somebody. It's like, hey, I got you a star.
I'm gonna put a label right here. It says owned by Danny.
No, Shay's right. He's gonna get that out to you, but
no,
that's
man.
a lot of do what you gotta do.
I'm trying to get it into the mail before the end of this week, bro. Okay.
Cool.
I promise to you, Danny. I'm gonna work real hard to make sure that I get those shots, so it's in the mail and on its way to you, into your hands, brother. And then you can do what you need to do to show this fucking painting off, man. And I hope you love it. I hope you love it.
And we'll leave you with Vince's comment. If you've ever grabbed the wrong chips at a tailgate, go ahead and hit that like button. That's it for this week's show. Tune in every week wherever podcasts are found. I'm Kenny Stapler, joined this week by
your boy Chip
and Bobby Wasabi.
Shout out to Raider Kane. He'll rejoin us when we come back. Stay safe, everyone. Until next week, keep the wind in your sails and the rum in your mug. And pillage on, Raider Nation. We out here.
Peace.
Raider.
Like a freight train coming, you're blowing the town. Like a diesel motor, you never shut down. With your pistons pumping, you're mowing them down. It's a sight to see, they all lay their money down. When you're gone, hell, you ain't acting right. When you're gone, I can still see your eyes. When you're gone, mama, this'll be my last goodbye. When you're gone, gone, gone. When the sky is gray and the night sets in, it's your cue to do it all again. Until the next time I hear your name, or right beside you now, my thoughts do remain. When you're gone, I'll be missing you. When you're gone, mama, I can still see your eyes. When you're gone, mama, this'll be my last goodbye. When you're gone,